After a long winter and an early spring, the three best words in the world of sport are upon us. Baseball is back as the sun shines high in the sky here in Charlottesville, Virginia, as the Tom Sox make their return to the home diamond here at Charlottesville High School for the 2026 campaign. And boy, is it good to be back. Luke Stefanisco and Landon Weaver here in the press box at CHO Airport Field for the first time in 2026, but not our first time as members of the Tom Sox broadcast crew. And Landon, through the first two games of this season, it feels a lot like last campaign for Charlottesville. Two tough losses, but yesterday a team that battled back short on their pitchers, but managed to take the game into extras before falling to a 3-run walk-off home run. A lot of positive to take away from that game yesterday.
Yeah, you talked about it, Luke, exactly how last season started. You start off 0-2. They won their first game in Game 3. Maybe history will repeat itself today. But, yeah, yesterday against Culpeper, a hard-fought loss against the Cavaliers. And when you go down via a walk-off home run, it's going to happen eventually. To get that out of the way in the second game of the season could be a prayer for the Tom Sox. You never know. They might be able to rally back. And maybe that could be the shot that they needed in order to get back into the win column.
Charlottesville dropping their first contest to Waynesboro 7-2, and yesterday, as we mentioned, to Culpeper 10-7. Last season, the Tom Sox fell to Harrisonburg 9-1 on opening day. They only managed 2 hits in that contest, and then had the lead in Game 2 against the Woodstock River Bandits here at Charlottesville High School. Couldn't maintain that lead and fell to Woodstock. This is the first time these two teams have met since then. The matchup scheduled in Woodstock last season was canceled due to weather. There's a lot of new faces in some Tom Sox green, a few familiar ones, including the Tom Sox starter, Lucas Cash, who becomes the first ever 4-year player in Tom Sox history when he takes the mound in just a few moments.
Yeah, that's really something that the Tom Sox are going to relish, having a guy that knows the area. He's from Charlottesville. He knows what the Tom Sox mean to the community. They mean a lot to him as well. Coming back all 4 years is important, but also he's a guy that's going to want to win. And his team being 0-2 right now, he has a chance to get them back in the win column. I don't think he's going to want to let that chance pass him by.
Cash is a bit of a rarity in Summer League baseball, a guy that has had seasoned experience as a starter at the collegiate level for Bridgewater College. Started multiple games for them this season. He's a guy that can give you length, which at times in a long summer can be a huge help to a pitching staff, and it'll be an interesting battery paired up with former Charlottesville High School student and Charlottesville native Dom Caffarillo, who played his college ball at Georgetown, making his first start behind the plate this season. Here's how the rest of the Tom Sox will line up defensively here today, and it'll be Caffarillo and Cash the battery, the pitcher and catcher on the infield. Luke Craddock at first, Grayson McCullum at third, up the middle Chase Jackson and Ben Cardone at short and second, respectively, from left to right. In the outfield, Tommy Lansness, Tanner Crater, and Eli Hurt. And they'll do battle against a Woodstock lineup that had a successful matchup against Front Royal yesterday, a 21-run offensive showcase. That's 3 touchdowns. That's a lot of runs in baseball.
And you know what, Luke? They didn't even hit a home run. It was a whole lot of singles. They had 17 hits in the contest yesterday. We were talking about it yesterday. You wonder, did they use up all their luck yesterday? Is today going to be a colder day for the River Bandits? We'll just have to see, but it all comes down to the pitching. And when you have an ace like Lucas Cash starting out for the Tom Sox, it's going to be very hard to hit off of him. We saw what the Tom Sox pitching staff did to Culpeper yesterday for the first half of the contest, and that was pretty good.
Here's the 9 for the River Bandits as they make their first trip to Charlottesville High School in 2026. Asher Bates will lead it off playing second base. Brian Green up the middle at shortstop. He's batting second. Abriel Delgado switched from right to first base in the pregame. He's batting third. Giovanni Hernandez in the cleanup spot. He's out and right. Logan Duffy, the DH, who had a nice day yesterday, he's batting fifth. Austin Ford in the sixth spot playing third. Dylan Howell, the catcher, batting seventh. Wyatt Redmond, the left fielder, in the 8th spot, and then Kamari Chisholm Jr. in center field to round out the lineup. Cash will finish up his warm-up pitches as we get ready to go here for Game 1 of the home opener at Charlottesville High School. I want to thank you all for joining us here on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network for our first broadcast of 2026. Stay tuned. 18 more home games to go, this being one of them. Should be a fun season. As Bates into the batter's box, Cash on the slab. We get ready here. First pitch from Cash. Off speed in there for a called strike right here at 3:05 p.m. Asher Bates, second baseman, takes a fastball on the outside half to even up the count at 1. Bates, the 5'10", 190-pound middle infielder from Dallas College, native of Spring, Texas. 1 for 5 yesterday. Takes another bender from Cash in there for strike 2. Lucas Cash looking to start his outing off right.
Yeah, considering they had 17 hits, Bates one of the few to really get his bat to ball yesterday, but still registered a hit, a run, and an RBI.
There's the 1-2 pitch from Cash, just down low in the dirt. Bates held back, count now 2-2. Lucas Cash won't run up the radar gun necessarily, but has the ability to strike out batters and find the zone consistently. It's one of the best qualities Cash does have. This one grounded over to third. McCollum backs up on it. Throw across the diamond to Craddock in time for out number 1. And a good start for Lucas Cash as Bates goes 5-3 to begin the contest.
You like to see that from your infield. Good, confident throwing of the ball. Nice put out. Got to limit the errors today. We saw the errors come up a little bit yesterday. It's going to happen early on in the season, but that one a good sign for the Tom Sox.
Bryant Green steps in, and yeah, Landon, you said it. Errors have been an issue for the Tom Sox in the early part of this campaign. Mainly the catching position has been a bit of a bleaker spot for the Tom Sox. There's some issues throwing out runners, getting throws consistently down to second, and then having the middle infielders field them in that spot. It's been a bit of a rough stretch as Green swings through the first pitch from Cash for a strike. Something you want to shore up, but again, a new team gelling together, that's expected from some of these players. Cash delivers the 0-1. Green wave and miss again, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Cash trying to get him to chase. He's gone to the fastball a couple of times.
Cash looking to make quick work of Green. The 0-2 pitch misses well outside. It's now 1-2. Green was 2 for 3 last night. He had 6 RBIs, as did many of his teammates, and he flies that one into straightaway center field. Tanner Crater ranging back towards the track just in front. He'll pull up and make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, it's good contact from Bryant Green, but Tanner Crater, he has some good speed out there in the outfield, able to just kind of range back. Went a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to right before the warning track, but nonetheless able to make the grab.
Center fielder spot's been a bit of a mix and match through the first 3 games. Eli Hurt got the start on opening day. Yesterday it was Lucas Ream, who's the DH. Now Tanner Crater, the incoming freshman at Sewanee. And we'll see some more action. This one's driven deep to center field. Crater back onto the track just in front of the fence. He makes the catch on the run for out number 3, so some loud contact from Bryant Green and Abriel Delgado. But Lucas Cash sets the Bandits down 1-2-3 in the away half of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Woodstock nothing. Charlottesville looking to get on the board right here at CHS.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Nothing on the board for Woodstock after a half inning here at CHO Airport Field, and they'll go to a Valley League veteran on the mound to try and keep the Tom Sox off the scoreboard in this one. Barrett Eldridge had himself a nice campaign and across 9 games total for the River Bandits last season, an ERA that hovered around 1, one of the Valley League's best relievers, making his first start, though, as a member of the Woodstock team.
Yeah, 9 starts with Young Harris College over the course of the last collegiate season. His ERA a little bit higher than what we saw in the VBL, 6.64 for Eldridge, and he also struck out 37 batters, gave up 22 walks, and 37 earned runs.
Tanner Crater will lead it off for the Tom Sox, followed by Ben Cardone, Tommy Lansness, Luke Craddock, Grayson McCullum, Lucas Ream, Dom Caffarillo, Chase Jackson, and Eli Hurt. First pitch to Crater, up high and outside for a ball.
Crater, the only Tom Sox so far to have multiple hits, and he's only really hit in 1 game, Luke.
Second pitch, he'll pop that one up left side. It'll get out of play into the stands. And Landon, and Crater was the hero of last night with those 2 hits, both of them timely.
Yeah, no kidding.
2-run double in the middle innings to pad the lead to 4, and then game-tying single in the 9th to send it to extras. Sees the 1-1 here from Eldridge and grounds it toward the right side, through the hole into right field for a base knock, and Tanner Crater has his 3rd hit of the campaign, and it's a leadoff one to give the Sox a base runner here in the bottom of the 1st.
Really, really consistent Crater, a lefty, just finding that gap between 2nd and 1st, and now he's on base, and that helps with no outs.
Again, a young guy with a nice poised at-bat here, and here's another one of the players who factored into the equation in last night's loss to Culpeper. Ben Cardone was the losing pitcher. Had to come in extra innings as a non-traditional pitcher for the Sox and gave up a walk-off 3-run home run. Eldridge's first pitch clips the outside corner for strike 1.
That's a hard spot to be in. And it just kind of goes to show the fact of these early season summer leagues. Sometimes you got to play unreasonable positions, and Cardone had to step into that spot. But props to him for stepping up.
A 1 to Cardone, popped up a mile high on the infield. Third baseman Howell into foul territory, makes the catch for out number 1. Another one of the Sox who had a big hit yesterday, Tommy Lansness, had that double that helped pad the lead for the Sox. The lefty who last played his college baseball at Ball State, a Virginia native, playing for the Sox this season. Crater off of first. Eldridge takes his time, delivers the pitch. Lansness, a check swing, went down and in, and he held back.
Only 8 starts for Ball State this past season for Lansness. No home runs, but 7 RBIs.
See if Crater might be in motion here. Pretty healthy lead at first. Eldridge out of the stretch, the 1-0. Lansness lines it the other way, but it'll get over into the tent area on the left side, foul.
If you're in the ballpark, you are at risk. This ball travels in the parking lot right behind us as well. Be advised if you have parked your car on the premises.
1-1 count. Lefty Lansness in the box. Next pitch from Eldridge. Way outside, and it's 2-1.
And one thing you saw last night, Luke, at Culpeper was the Tom Sox were a lot more patient in their at-bats. They were struck out 12 times in the first game and they were unable to register a walk, but last night a lot better, a lot more walks, a lot less strikeouts. We'll see if that can continue today.
First time they hadn't walked in a game since 2019. 2-1 pitch to Lansness. He goes up and offers at a pitch well above the strike zone to even up the count at 2.
I don't mind that swing. That one didn't really move a whole lot. Lansness had a good eye on it, just a bit late.
Eldridge a strike away from his first punch out of the game. The Crater off of first. He rocks, kicks, and fires. That one also goes down, and it runs the count full. Tomlin, an interesting decision here if he wants to get Tanner Crater in motion for this payoff pitch. Lansness trying to put it in play. Extra step over there at first for Tanner Crater. Full count offering. Crater does take off, and pitch misses outside for ball 4. So put 2 men on for Charlottesville with the power threat at the plate in Luke Craddock.
No kidding. His only hit this season, a bomb out to left field in Culpeper. It was a first pitch swinging, and, man, he crushed it.
He's been aggressive in almost all of his at-bats this season. Loves to swing first pitch. If he can get a fastball, that's what he's looking for. Eldridge has the velo that Craddock would like. 90 to 94 Eldridge will be at on the mound. Crater on second, Lansness on first. Infield double play depth for the River Bandits. First pitch to Craddock. Fastball will miss outside. Good job by Craddock to hold back on that one. Makes it a 1-0 count. It's not someone you want to fall behind. If you have to challenge him with a fastball, he can take you yard. That's not a spot you want to be in. Next pitch from Eldridge. Fastball and a big swing and a miss from Craddock to even the count at 1.
That's one of those pitches, Luke. Like you said, if Craddock connects on it, it's going to go a long way.
Has the power, a lot of swing and miss in the game as well. But a perfect guy suited for the cleanup spot for Charlottesville. From the stretch, the next pitch. Craddock goes the other way. Tomlin has to duck down over there at first, and it makes the count 1-2.
Both Randy and Coy Tomlin returning this season. It's a beautiful sight for Charlottesville, guys that have operated in this organization for a few years in a row now.
Alongside some new coaches and Will Pearson and Beth Werner. Eldridge, another look back to second, his 1-2. Down low, gets away from the catcher. Crater breaks to third. Throw is not in time. Howell with a nice throw, but Crater able to advance on the wild pitch from Eldridge. And a 2-2 count. Runners on the corners now for the Tom Sox.
It's a great heads-up play by Crater. And the ball didn't travel that far from home plate, but he's fast enough to where he can beat the throw and a nice head-first slide to do so.
2-2 to count. The first baseman, Luke Craddock, in the box. The pitch will miss outside, and it runs the count full once more. Eldridge in some trouble here in the home half of the first. Grayson McCullum on deck for Charlottesville. 3-2 payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Eldridge dialed up the heater and got Craddock swinging. And now 2 down for Charlottesville. Grayson McCullum, the last hope for the Sox.
Sophomore out of Kennesaw State, batted just under 300 for the Owls this past season.
A guy that Kennesaw State has a lot of belief in. A lot of appearances for such a young player, but the Georgia native performed for the Owls. First pitch bounces in the dirt. Lansness takes off, and a pump fake from Howell, trying to draw Crater off of third, but he'll hang there. Lansness advances on the wild pitch.
Now you got 2 runners in scoring position if you're McCollum, trying to find the gaps here.
There's been a long lineage of Tom Sox players at Kennesaw State, the 3 on the roster this season: Nolan Bethel, Sam Summerlin, and Grayson McCullum. But talk about one of their best relievers in Daniel Powell, a 2024 VBL champion. One of the best relievers, not just for Kennesaw State, but in all of college baseball. A guy that got it done at a high level for the Sox and did it very well for Kennesaw State. 2 runners in scoring position for Charlottesville here in the bottom of the first. A 1-0 count, 2 outs. Eldridge fires. Swing and a miss for McCullum. Breaking ball there, way out in front, and it's a 1-1 count. Tom Sox looking to strike first. Good opportunity here in the home opener. Eldridge's next pitch. Breaking ball popped up. Just on the infield dirt. Making the catch is Howell for out number 3. So Charlottesville strands 2 at second and third in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the top of the second. This game still tied up at 0 here on Tom Sox TV.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
0-0 after one in Charlottesville. Woodstock will get their second chance at the plate after they were set down 1-2-3 by Lucas Cash in the away half of the first inning. And Cash's last appearance in a Tom Sox uniform was Game 1 of the Valley Baseball League Championship Series last year, a wild game that ended in extra innings. A phenomenal pitching performance by Saxon Roberts went by the wayside, but Cash no stranger to the big moments. Again, we mentioned his fourth year in a Charlottesville uniform as he drops in a breaking ball for strike one. He's been through a lot, and he's pitched in some of the biggest games in Sox history.
Yeah, it went through 4 innings, which was huge at that point for the Tom Sox, who were running thin on pitchers. But Cash being able to get through almost half of the regulation contest was very important. And you talked about Saxon Roberts. That was a phenomenal outing. That's one of those moments where you're just dealing, everything's coming off the fingertips just right.
Roberts went 4 innings, struck out 8 express batters, but gave up a lone run, which was the walk-off single by Paul Osting in extras. 0-2 pitch from Cash. Breaking ball just missed. And the count's 1-2.
Cash really finding his rhythm early on. 3 batters retired in the first inning.
1-2 the count. The pitch to Giovanni Hernandez. Ground ball left side. Going back to get it is Chase Jackson. Hard throw across the diamond and a beautiful stretch at first by Luke Craddock for out number 1.
Jackson looking so good and comfortable so far out in that shortstop spot. And Craddock, he's been at first base so far this season. A bigger guy out in first, but he's able to athletically make those lunging grabs to get the put out.
You don't see many bigger guys being able to stretch like that at the first base position, but when you have one, it becomes a premium, especially in an environment like this where you're going to have to bail some of your fielders out in those low throws. Nice play by Craddock there as Cash delivers a first pitch ball into the DH Logan Duffy.
Out of Manchester, New Jersey, coming from University of Louisiana Monroe, only 11 games and 3 starts for Duffy.
Want to know the count? Cash will deliver. Breaking ball that time, nicely dropping into the zone for the righty. It's 1-1. And if the 4-year player stat for Lucas Cash isn't crazy enough, he's also working full-time in HVAC outside of playing summer baseball. He'll have a ground ball that Craddock has to pick off a knee, and he does, taking himself to the bag for the second out.
So what you're saying is, Luke, Lucas Cash can get us out of some tough situations.
He can, and if the air conditioner in this press box seems to malfunction, I think he might have some inside knowledge on how to fix it, but can't exactly confirm that. We'll have to talk to him about that, Landon, if we ever have that issue in the press box.
Yeah, maybe we can pick him from the bullpen for a home half inning.
2 outs now. Here's Austin Ford, and he'll pop up the first pitch on the right side out of the stadium. Cash, a genuine guy, just one of the cooler people I've met in my time with the Tom Sox. Only pitched in 2 games last season, but those 2 were of consequence. It was the season-ending series against Culpeper, as he gets one right past him into center field. Austin Ford will reach base, the first base runner for the River Bandits in the first hit of the game for Woodstock.
Yeah, Cash nearly gloved it, just barely missed him. But good awareness to get out of the way. When that ball was coming off the bat at you, it's a scary sight.
So now Dylan Howell will get a chance with 2 outs in the top of the second. Howell, the catcher, back behind the plate for Barrett Eldridge. Cash fires in a fastball that's rocketed to center, but Tanner Crater will move in on it and make the catch for the third and final out of the second. Woodstock gets their first base runner and their first base hit, but they can't capitalize. 0-0 after a 1.5 here at the show. We'll take a break and be back with more Tom Sox Baseball.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
6, 7, 8 due up for Charlottesville here in the home half of the second inning. That'll be Lucas Ream, Dom Caffarillo, and Chase Jackson doing battle with Barrett Eldridge as he makes his first appearance for the River Bandits this season. And Landon Woodstock, an impressive offensive showcase, but honestly, their pitching may have been more impressive last night. Only one hit allowed to the Front Royal Cardinals. They did allow 3 runs. That was by way of 7 walks, but Woodstock has been pretty good two-way force so far this season.
Yeah, Woodstock being able to, put on 17 hits, but then allow just 1. That's called complementary baseball, Luke, and that is important, especially early on in the season. You want to have that kind of connection between your offense and your defense. We'll see if they can continue that today. So far, so good for both sides.
Lucas Ream will step into the box, one of the more unique players in Charlottesville's roster. Maybe not more unique than Lucas Cash, but Ream, a D2 player out of Pennsylvania, Carlisle native, playing at Shippensburg University. Was a solid player for the Red Raiders this season and a good get for the Tom Sox. A big guy, definitely a very imposing frame, but he moves well for his size. Eldridge fires up high for ball 1.
Yeah, that's why they had him in center field yesterday, Luke. He's a guy that can cover a lot of ground quickly, and it proved well. He did really well out there in center today at the DH spot, so just kind of giving different guys different looks early on this season.
Randy Tomlin mixing up the lineup today, some new positions. Almost everyone playing in a new spot today, comparatively to yesterday in Culpeper. The really only 2 mainstays being Grayson McCullum and Luke Craddock at first and third. 1-1 pitch to Ream, breaking ball down in the dirt, and he waves at it. It's 1-2.
So far this season, Ream just 1 hit in 7 at-bats. Was able to get all the way around to home.
Ream was the ghost runner yesterday in extra innings that did score on the RBI fielder's choice from Grayson McCullum. Beat the throw to the plate and allowed McCullum to get to first. 1-2 pitch from Eldridge. Fastball misses outside. It's 2-2. Eldridge from the windup. His next pitch. Fastball clips the corner for strike 3. Beautifully spotted pitch from Eldridge for his second punch out of the game to turn things over to Dom Caffarillo.
It's Ream's 3rd strikeout on the season. Now brings up the catcher from Georgetown University, a native of Charlottesville, as you said. He's batting .500 in the early goings, just 2 at-bats for Caffarillo so far.
Caffarillo had a nice single yesterday down the line in Culpeper. Eldridge fires in a slider for strike 1. Again, just a cool battery to have 2 local area players of Caffarillo and Cash doing the pitching and catching today. Similar spot for Eldridge on the second pitch, won't be called a strike, and it's 1-1. See it a lot across the Valley League with local players playing for their squads. Caffarillo and Cash just two of the many. As he's ahead now 2-1. Eldridge working with one out here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 pitch. Fastball, nice frame from Howell. Doesn't get the call, and the count's 3-1. Eldridge trying to find the zone here on the 3-1 pitch. Caffarillo will ground it over to second. Bates will glove it up, and a wide throw to first. Tag applied, however, by Delgado, and he gets Caffarillo as he tried to make his way to first, and that's the second out.
That is a heck of a play by Delgado. Heads-up awareness to notice that Caffarillo is still on the base path and quickly stick out your glove to apply the tag. That is quite the out.
Chase Jackson will step in with 2 outs. His second appearance of the season, he takes a fastball for strike 1. Got the start on opening day as the second baseman was replaced late in that game by Simon Tesfaye, but he did pick up an RBI in that game. Eldridge bounces a fastball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Jackson's promising a shorter frame, but he packs a big punch.
Worked some good at-bats in that game against the Generals, though the Sox did not all night. He'll ground this one down the third baseline, but it'll roll over towards the Woodstock dugout, foul.
He also didn't play this past season at Seminole State, so it's interesting to see these guys that maybe haven't gotten a whole lot of collegiate at-bats that they get their first taste of it here in the VBL.
1-2 pitch to Jackson. It's a off-speed pitch that he taps just back to the mound. Eldridge bare hands it, throw to Delgado at first in time for the third out. So some tough defensive plays made by the River Bandits in the home half of the second. They keep Charlottesville off the board and set them down 1-2-3. We'll head to the third inning. This game still tied at 0 right here on Tom Sox TV.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
Top of the third here at the show. Still tied at 0 in the home opener between Woodstock and Charlottesville. River Bandits picked up the win last year in their only trip to CHO Airport Field. It was an 8-7 comeback win in the late innings. A flair for the dramatic the River Bandits had, and Charlottesville's early season struggles continued. Lucas Cash fires in a fastball up high for ball 1.
I'd say that flair for the dramatic carried on across the entire season, Luke. CHO Airport Field was host to some really phenomenal games.
1-0 pitch, nice breaking ball from Cash, clips the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wyatt Redmond, the left fielder, batting in the 8th spot today. Next pitch to Redmond is tapped back up the middle. Jackson ranges over just behind the bag at second. He throws to Craddock in time for the first out.
Again, that connection between Jackson and Craddock proven really well so far. They just have a movement about him, especially Jackson in that short spot. He's anticipating the ball well. He's tossing it nicely over into the glove, a nice looping ball into Craddock's glove, and it's been easy so far for the Tom Sox.
Both he and Willie Yao have made some nice defensive plays in the hole at short so far this season. It's been fun to watch. This one tapped right back to Lucas Cash, and nonchalant flip to Luke Craddock for out number 2. And That's a comebacker. Didn't get the last one. This time, Cash just sticks his mid out and makes the play.
Something so satisfying about seeing a 1-3 put out. And Cash, I love the little slide jog over to Craddock, just tossing the ball. It almost gives the hitter a deceiving of hope, and then all of a sudden, hey, you're out.
So with 2 down, back to the top of the order for Woodstock and Asher Bates. Cash throws in the first pitch, and again, a ground ball too short. Jackson will go to the forehand to make the play, and a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Lucas Cash, taking care of business. 6-3, 1-3, 6-3 go the River Bandits in the away half of the third. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. This game still tied at 0. Charlottesville looking for an answer.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Barrett Eldridge will face Charlottesville the second time through the order, but first he'll face Eli Hurt, the center fielder at the 9 spot, before Tanner Crater and Ben Cardone will get their shots here in the home half of the third. Tom Sox still haven't really found an offensive identity this season. A couple players have managed to register hits on the campaign, and the lone homer obviously from Luke Craddock, but no real identity. Charlottesville still trying to figure some things out. Eldridge fires in a fastball up high that Hurt will swing and miss on for strike 1.
Yeah, they come into today hitting just under 200 as a team, but those numbers are a bit skewed, especially in the early going. As the game's further and further, you'll get more up to that normal average, and we'll see them creep over that 200 mark, get maybe close to 250.
1-1 pitch to Hurt. Cue shot foul towards the Sox dugout. And yeah, Landon, they've faced some good pitching so far this season. Ryan Grayshak was excellent for Waynesboro in Game 1, as was Matthew Dimitri, who came in relief for the Generals. That really limited that team to only 3 hits in the game. Charlottesville didn't reach base on a hit after the 3rd inning. The Generals bullpen did their job. Hurt was in the lineup for that one. He did not record a hit in the contest, as Eldridge will deliver to him the 1-2. Breaking ball that he swings and misses on for strike 3.
And Sox fans know just how good of a picture Ryan Grayshak is, a former Sox. And coming out, facing your former team on opening day, had to be different. I know the Sox were definitely game planning for him, but he was able to throw in some new stuff, and he got the better of him.
A guy that Randy Tomlin coached in 2024, Tomlin's first year with the Tom Sox, where they won the VBL title. Tanner Crater, a big hack and a miss. The first pitch fastball from Eldridge to go behind 0-1.
Crater's got to be feeling good right now. He's racked up a hit already today. He's had a couple hits in his first few at-bats as well.
Crater will foul that one back off the screen, and he's behind 0-2. Barrett Eldridge looking to work quick, just like Lucas Cash did in the top half of the third. Eldridge working out of the windup here with nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd inning here in Charlottesville. 0-2 to Crater. He spoils it away to stay alive. Count remains 0-2.
Crater and Will Yao, both promising kids that are incoming freshmen in this summer. it's going to be interesting to see how they fare against these guys that have been in the collegiate ranks for a while.
0-2 on the inside half, and it caught the corner, according to our home plate umpire, Jerry Burris. And that's out number 2. Ben Cardone will get his shot. 2 down in the bottom of the third.
Already 4 strikeouts for Barrett Eldridge, 2 via the look.
Back-to-back Ks, in fact, for Eldridge. Cardone will try to break that streak. In his second at-bat, Cardone popped out in foul ground in his first time up. Nice bender from Eldridge for strike 1 to begin the at-bat. Again, 2 arms on the mound that are no strangers to Valley League hitters. Cash having 4 years of experience. Eldridge a year, but still enough to know how these hitters operate in this environment. This is now a 1-1 count to Cardone. Cardone started the first game at catcher, now playing second up the middle infield. Check swing on the outside pitch. He held back, according to Casey Hayden, down at first. Two and one now to the righty VMI cadet, Ben Cardone. Cardone pops this one up over our heads and into the forest for strike 2.
Good thing a train wasn't coming. That may have taken that one out as well.
It is a Sunday. Haven't heard a train yet. Not sure if they run on Sundays, but if you tune into Tom Sock's broadcast all season long, I'm sure you'll hear a lot of trains. 2-2 pitch down in the dirt to run it full.
Good patience from Cardone here. Needs just one more ball or maybe induce a good hit. Tommy Lansness on deck. We'll have the payoff pitch in the at-bat between Cardone and Eldridge. Here it is. Fastball won't be able to find the zone, just a little too low. And Ben Cardone works a walk to give Lansness a shot with 2 down. Lansness got on base via the walk in the bottom of the first inning and made his way to second off of a wild pitch. Now looking to create a 2-out rally for the Tom Sox. The lefty digs in, followed by Luke Crater. Eldridge will take his time, collect himself on the mound. Cardone take a few steps off of first. He takes off. First pitch to Landis, high and tight. Throw down to second is in time. Excellent throw there from Dylan Howell. Nabs Ben Cardone at second for the third and final out of the bottom of the third. We'll head to the 4th inning. This game still scoreless. We'll be right back here on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
We're flying by here in Charlottesville as we head to the top of the 4th inning. 44 minutes eclipsed. Lucas Cash got out of last inning in just a handful of pitches. He's moving on the mound, which is a welcome sign for the Charlottesville Tom Sox that have had a beleaguered pitching staff to begin the VBL season.
Yeah, that they have, and that's what you expect when guys are still out around the country playing. Your roster's not quite full yet, but the guy we saw on Friday night, Luke, Clayton Arma from Auburn, that is going to be a mainstay for the Sox.
First pitch, breaking ball from Cash, swung on and missed by the lefty Bryant Green. And Landon, Auburn could have potentially used him in their regional. They are facing elimination on the brink in the NCAA tournament. Green swings and misses again, and another breaking ball. Armo was excellent, picked up 7 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings of work against the Waynesboro Generals on opening night. Go around the country, some other former Tom Sox players making their mark in regionals. Cooper Blauser has helped Jacksonville State power through in the Hattiesburg Regional. Ryan Wynn at Georgia has hit 2 home runs so far through his regional tournament. A lot of former Sox making their mark in the postseason for their squads. 1-2 pitch from Cash. Breaking ball fought off by Green into shallow left. Jackson will be called off by Lansness, who makes the grab and gets the first out for the Sox.
Good communication there from Lansness and Jackson. Jackson able to duck down, almost dove out of the way to let Lansness have it.
Gabriel Delgado, the lefty, will step in. Back-to-back lefties for the River Bandits. Lucas Cash still soldiering through this one. Heard from him earlier this week that he could potentially go upwards of 100, 110 pitches if he needed to. Delgado, hard line drive, and a nice scoop by Cardone at second. What a play! Ben Cardone almost looked like he didn't have that one, but stuck the glove out and made the grab. And man, this middle infield for the Tom Sox making some stellar defensive efforts early in this one.
Yeah, we've seen the lineup get switched around a bunch. We've seen different guys in those 2 spots, in second and short a lot. But, Tomlin maybe making some mental notes about Cardone and Jackson right now.
Cardone had a tough game in his first contest behind the plate, but a lot more promising up the middle infield today as Cash fires in a fastball for strike 1.
I mean, he gloved that ball right where the grass meets the dirt before the outfield and was still able to make the play.
Here's the 0-1 from Cash. Cue shot. It'll roll just up the first baseline into foul ground where Caffarillo will play it foul. Giovanni Hernandez in for his second at-bat. He grounded out to Chase Jackson in short in his first appearance. A beautiful, crystal clear day here in Charlottesville. Lucas Cash looks to work through 4 scoreless. His 0-2. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Caffarillo will block it, and it's a 1-2 count. Couldn't ask for a much more picturesque scene here at the CHO on opening day, Landon. Beautiful blue sky out in center. Exactly what you'd want. 1-2. Breaking ball, grounded over to short. Jackson runs up on it, throws over to Craddock, and gets Cash through 4 scoreless. Woodstock unable to find the hit column or get themselves on base. In the away half of the 4th inning, they go down 1-2-3. We're through 3 1/2 here in Charlottesville. Still zeros on the scoreboard. We'll be right back on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
New arm on the mound for Woodstock as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Yu Makoto, the Japanese Tokyo native from Hibbing College in Minnesota. He pitched in a couple games for Hibbing this season, 6 appearances to the tune of a 10.80 ERA, 6 games. He struck out 8 batters, walked 8 batters, allowed 14 earned runs. He will face Lansness, the lefty, to begin this one. He delivers the first pitch, a bit of a funky windup in as he throws a breaking ball for a ball to the lefty Lansness.
Yeah, Kota, we were kind of wondering, why is he not in the lineup to hit today? And now we have our answer.
Again, he goes breaking ball for a second ball. And it's interesting, that slot is certainly deceiving, especially for a lefty hitter like Lansness, who's going to have to really pick that up late. Gets pretty good contact on that one. Diving stab by Delgado, but Kota not anywhere close to the bag, and Lansness will beat out an infield single.
Yeah, I don't think Kota thought that Bates was going to be able to get to that one. Maybe just hesitated a little bit coming off the mound. If he had a good jump on it, I think you make a tighter play at the plate.
So now Luke Craddock will get his second chance at the dish facing Kota. Craddock went down swinging to Eldridge in his first at-bat. Lansness off of first. See if he gets in motion. Did advance on the low pitch in his last time on the base paths. Kota fires an off-speed inside to Craddock to go behind 1-0. Kota, 5'8", 185 out there on the mound. Not the biggest frame you'll see from a pitcher. He'll check Lansness at first, who slides in safely. Very stark difference in what the Sox saw against Ryan Grayshak, who stands in at about 6 feet 6 inches on Friday in their opening day matchup. Another off speed from Kota will miss inside, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, 5'8" is what Kota is listed at, but looking from here, that might be a tad generous. He looks very, very compact out there on the mound, and it's definitely a different look than what we saw with Grayshak.
2-0 pitch to Craddock, bends inside and hits him on the back. That'll put 2 men on for the Sox for Grayson McCollum batting 5th.
McCollum popped up third base side last time up in the bottom of the first. Now a chance to drive in a run as Tommy Lansness stands in scoring position.
Good opportunity for the Sox to get their first run of the ball game. McCollum line drive left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Rounding third is Lansness. Throw will be cut off. Grayson McCollum delivers with his first hit of the season, an RBI single to put Charlottesville ahead 1-0.
Nicely done by McCollum. He got the pitch he wanted right away and just put it into a spot where the outfielders aren't going to get to it in time.
Immediately some action already in the Woodstock bullpen. A righty getting loose. We'll get you the ID when we can. Nobody up and throwing in the Charlottesville bullpen. Tom Sox have 2 men on with nobody out. Breaking ball into Lucas Ream will bounce in the dirt. Craddock held up at second, didn't try to advance, and it's a 1-0 count. Thought it was interesting that Woodstock wanted to move away from Barrett Eldridge, especially after he had looked the part through the first 3 innings of this ball game, and already Yu Makoto tagged for a run. 1-0 pitch to him, driven to deep left field. Lucas Ream got a lot of it, and it splits the gap. Clanging off the fence, Craddock will score. Here comes McCollum. There will be no throw. It's a 2 RBI double for Lucas Ream. And the Pennsylvania native makes it 3-0 Sox.
Bases clearing, sending both Craddock and McCollum home. They are taking advantage of a new pitcher from Woodstock, and now you see a meeting on the mound for Umakota.
Yeah, very quickly, Umakota starting to struggle in this contest. Charlottesville finding their success at the dish. And it is 3 straight righties due up for Charlottesville with Caffarillo, Jackson, and Hurt all standing by. I have to wonder if they'll stick with Coda, and they will. As pitching coach Keelan Hoover heads back to the River Bandits dugout. Caffarillo grounded out to second his first time up. Lucas Ream will get his lead off of second. Coda trying to batten down the hatches. First pitch to Caffarillo, a bender. That'll find the strike zone. Nice bounce pack pitch from the lefty. Three 3-0 Charlottesville here in the bottom of the 4th. Sox finally finding the board in this game. Caffarillo, a grounder off the end of the bat over to short. Scooped up by Green, who throws across. Delgado will pump a throw as Ream was a few steps off the bag, but he retreats back to second. A nice recovery there from Coda to get one out. Chase Jackson will get his second opportunity at the dish. Grounded out back to Eldridge in the second inning. First pitch he sees from Coda will just miss off the outer edge of the plate. Jackson and his Seminole State teammate Eli Hurt on deck. 1-0 to him, and he pops this one up. First base side, it'll get out of play and hit off the batting cages to make it 1-1.
Taylor's Auto Body. Be sure to return all foul balls to the concession stand for a spectacular prize.
Umakota got one out on the ground out by Dom Caffarillo, looking for his second here with Chase Jackson in the box. Lucas Ream takes off. Jackson goes back up the middle, and the hit and run works. RBI single for Jackson, misplayed by Chisholm in center, and he'll advance to second. So that went about as well as Charlottesville could have hoped, as Ream and Jackson will trade places with only one out.
Yeah, the hit and run, as you said, worked to perfection. Drew out the middle infield a little bit. No one was in that gap, and Jackson took full advantage of it, sending Lucas Ream home into 4-0 lead for the Sox now.
Those of you scoring at home will rule that one a single with an error out in center. Jackson now at second will hope to see his Seminole State teammate Eli Hurt bring him in. Jackson is dancing around there at second. Almost had the timing of Umakota, but almost got himself in a bad spot. He retreats back, and nobody's worse for the wear. Coda's first pitch to Hurt. Breaking ball will just miss, and it's 1-0. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here in Charlottesville for Game 1, the Tom Sox home schedule. 17 more to come after this game. 1-0 to Hurt will miss outside. It's a pleasure being on the mic last season for one of the most climactic seasons in Tom Sox history, a season they finished third in the South Division, went on to win the entire South Division, and then go take the eventual champs, the Strasburg Express, to Game 3. Jackson will take off and advance to third on the stolen base. There will be no throw, so he puts himself 90 feet away. Hurt swings and misses. It's a 2-1 count. A roller coaster ride of a season where Charlottesville started off 3-9, the worst record in the Valley, but bounced back to eventually become runner-ups. Hurt waves and misses again on a breaking pitch from Coda, and it's 2-2.
You think back to the end of the season, Luke, 3 of the last 4 games were walk-off wins for either team. 2 of them going Charlottesville's way, and then obviously Game 1 going to Strasburg.
Hurt gets a good swing on that one and flies it to center field. Chisholm will make the catch. Jackson breaking for the plate. Here's the throw from Chisholm on a hop. Won't be in time, but a good effort from the center fielder. Regardless, Chase Jackson scores, and it's 5-0 Charlottesville.
That's all you got to do if you're hurt. He worked that to perfection. A hard hit ball out in the center. More than enough space for Jackson to tag up and put on the 5th run in this inning for Charlottesville.
Tanner Grader gets his 3rd chance in the box for Charlottesville. Led off the game with a single back in the 1st, struck out looking in his 2nd appearance in the 3rd. Lefty on lefty, Coda's first pitch to Crater. Hard ground ball down the first base line. It's a fair ball. Rolls all the way into the corner. Crater stepping to second. He'll be there with a foot-first slide. A 2-out double for Tanner Crater prolongs the inning for the Sox.
That is 5 hits for the Sox in this inning. They're taking advantage of the new pitcher. Now you see another mound visit coming up. You got to wonder if this will be the end of Yuma Coda's day. Or not, maybe a bit of a pump fake from Woodstock skipper.
Aaron Ford was out, decided not to make the move for Yuma Coda. All 9 hitters for the Tom Sox have come to the plate this half inning. Cardone was caught stealing after working a walk in the bottom of the 3rd. Crater off of second. Coda delivers the first pitch. Cardone takes just off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Two extra base hits in the inning for Charlottesville, courtesy of Lucas Ream and Tanner Crater. They've put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the 4th, take the lead. Coda finds the inside corner there to make it 1-1. Couple nice plays defensively for Ben Cardone in the field, looking to deliver at the plate for his first hit of 2026. And he gets around on one and drives it deep center field. Going back is Chisholm. It's out of here! Ben Cardone does just more than deliver. He adds 2 more for Charlottesville. It's 7-0 for the first home run at the CHO this season.
How about that? Your first hit of the season, a 2-run blast. He's not the first Tom Sock to have his first hit be a home run. That's a familiar sign so far with him and Craddock doing so, but big confidence boost for the Keydette.
And we'll have another mound visit here, and that'll spell the end of the outing for Yuma Coda. He can't escape the home half of the 4th inning. He gives up 7 runs to give Charlottesville a 7-0 lead. We'll step aside and be back on the other end of this pitching change. Charlottesville all over the Woodstock River Bandits here in the home half of the 4th. It's 7-0. We'll be right back.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
Quick change for the River Bandits with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Umakota tagged for 7 runs, and they'll make the change to DJ Hardrick, the Jackson State righty, and redshirt junior, trying to get 1 out and get him out of this inning. And we'll step aside as Hardrick's in some pain out here on the mound. We'll be right back.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp. Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp. Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families.
Welcome back here in Charlottesville. 7-0 the score. Want to give our best to DJ Hardrick, who was slated to enter the game for the River Bandits, left with an injury. Hope all is well and wish you the best. Woodstock then turns to Jack Turner, a 6'6" righty, to try and get them out of this bottom of the fourth inning, where Charlottesville has already tagged them for a boatload of runs. Lansness in the box, first pitch to him, he taps foul back to the screen.
Yeah, Turner, a guy that doubles in both the outfield as well as pitching. He did that at Averett University, a D3 here in the state of Virginia. So he looks, he had a strong warm-up. Now he's coming in. Let's see how long it takes for him to really get going.
Imposing frame on the mound as he goes off speed there for strike 2 to Lansness. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Lansness picked something up in that last throw, signaling to his fellow batters about what Turner has given him.
Here's the 0-2. Turner will miss outside to make it 1-2. Last time Charlottesville scored 7 runs in an inning came all the way back last season, July 12th against the Harrisonburg Turks. It was a nice win for Charlottesville in that game. Turner rocks and delivers the 1-2. Lansness sticks the bat out and flies it into shallow center. Going back is Green, and he dives and makes the catch. Oh, what a phenomenal play there for out number 3 by Bryant Green, and he gets the River Bandits out of the inning. Charlottesville still scores 7 in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Sox lead 7-0 here on Tom Sox TV.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville community baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
Welcome back here to CHO Airport Field. Charlottesville leading Woodstock 7-0 in the top of the fifth, and I have the incredible honor of being joined in the booth by Valley Baseball League Commissioner Rick Furr. And Rick, your first time visiting the CHO. What are your thoughts so far, and what have you seen from this game?
Well, it's a great game for the Tom Sox. They've had some tough losses. Last night was a tough loss for the Tom Sox up in Culpeper, but I tell you what, a good fan crowd out here today, a Sunday afternoon ball game at 3 o'clock, and you got to love it. And the Tom Sox have, they put 7 runs up on the board, and right now they're coasting. So, but you never know what's going to happen in the Valley Baseball League.
So, Rick, it's your first year as commissioner of the Valley League. Obviously, welcome in. Happy to have you here in the Valley, but do you want to give some of the listeners who may not know who you are a little bit of background on where you come from, what you've done in both baseball and outside of baseball?
Yeah, one of the things is I played in the Valley Baseball League. I played for the Winchester Royals on our first team in 1979, and we actually won the championship. And, I've always been, I played in the Atlantic Coast Conference. I played at the University of Maryland. I grew up in Virginia and always was a Cavalier fan. And, back then, it was a goal that I was hoping to play ACC baseball, and I did. And being from Northern Virginia, playing for Maryland, it was a great experience in the ACC. So, I played in different summer leagues, and I just have always liked the Valley Baseball League, and it's a great league, and it's really supported by small towns, communities, and people have a passion for baseball.
Leadoff walk there for Logan Duffy to give the River Bandits a base runner here in the top half of the fifth inning. And Rick, the Valley Baseball League's partnered with an incredible group, DRG, Diabetes Reversal Group. I want to speak a little about them and what their mission is. They've become a league partner and something that is very crucial to a lot of people here in the Shenandoah Valley.
Yeah, we'll wait for this next pitch right here. We'll talk a little bit about it.
Cash delivers in a fastball for a called strike.
This guy's pitching a good ball game. I like his delivery. I like how he works fast. As a guy that played left field, there's nothing worse than waiting for a pitcher that takes forever to throw the ball, So I think he was just signed today, correct?
He's been with the team for a couple of years, and he induces a pop-up there from Austin Ford into shallow right. Ranging back is Ben Cardone to make the catch for the first out. Cash was part of the original roster this season, but again, pitched in 2 games last year and then pitched in multiple games through 2023 and 2024 for the Tom Sox.
Good. With DRG, one of the things that we do is, I spent many years working in professional baseball, and one of the things I think is really important is to give back to your community. I think that I learned this really quick working in Major League Baseball with the Orioles, Detroit Tigers, the LA Dodgers. We give a lot back to the community. And one of my big things is that what could we give back to the people in the Shenandoah Valley area, Charlottesville, Purcellville, and that location? And, people don't realize the 6th leading cause of death in Virginia is type 2 diabetes. And, when you look at that, and then when you look at when you turn 65, when you become 65, 25% of the people in the state of Virginia have type 2 diabetes. So we really looked at it, and we partnered up with a company out of Dallas, Diabetes Reversal Group. They have the only patent in the world, because we go to the doctor and someone says you have type 2 diabetes. Doctors just give us the medication to keep it even, to keep it whatever. We don't take the time to say, how can I reverse this? And DRG gives us an opportunity to go through a program to help you reverse type 2 diabetes. So that's really important, and I think it's really great, and I'm really happy that all the teams in the Valley Baseball League are supporting this, and it's also a benefit to the fans of our community.
A league-wide effort. You can check that out on the website of every VBL squad, as well as the Valley League website itself, and there will be brochures and QR codes at every ballpark across the league this season. There's a walk there for Dylan Howell, puts 2 men on for the River Bandits in the top of the 5th. Now, Rick, we have some other partners in the Valley Baseball League. I know another one you wanted to touch on was Game Run, another partner that's also closely associated with baseball. It helps out with a lot of people trying to get into the ranks of college baseball and potentially into the VBL when they decide to play their summer ball through their baseball careers.
Yeah, I think one thing is that when you're a kid playing travel ball, whether you start out in Little League, travel ball, and then you get into high school baseball, I think a lot of parents need to know, I think one of the things that when I used to coach college baseball at Austin Peay State University, this was back in the 80s, we didn't have travel ball. Our relationships were with high school coaches, JUCO coaches, and American Legion coaches. And one of the things is that I try to explain to people that only 2.1% of high school baseball players play D1 baseball. That's it, 2.1%. 12%, probably 12 or 13% actually play college baseball. So if you're a parent out there and you're investing money in travel ball, and there's some people like travel ball, there's some people don't like travel ball, but we partnered with Game Run. It's artificial intelligence, and the thing about it is technology's here. I mean, if you don't grasp technology in baseball, you're behind, really behind the 8 ball. So what Game Run does is, let's say you're playing travel ball and you're 12 years old, 13 years old. We can take a video of you swinging, hitting, fielding, pitching, and within 6 minutes, upload it from artificial intelligence. We will tell you things that you're doing well, continue working on those things, but it'll also give you your deficiencies. What do I need to do? How do I need to get better? And, as a parent, that's very important because, we count on coaches.
High fly ball, deep center field. Back is Crater leaping at the wall, and it clangs off of it. Wyatt Raymond comes through. An RBI double gives Woodstock their first run of the ball game as Logan Duffy comes to cross the score. It's 7-1.
You might not want me to get on the air anymore, right? But anyhow, with Game Run, one of my former teammates. While you introduce, we got a little timeout. But one of my teammates, Jeff Schaefer, played with me at the University of Maryland. Jeff played for the Chicago White Sox, Seattle Mariners, and the Oakland A's, and he's part of this company. Don Mattingly supported, Ryan Klesko, a lot of former major leaguers. And the nice thing about it is with Game Run, once you get that video, you download the video. You can go to the Charlottesville Tom Sox right now. They have it on their website. You download the video, and it will tell you automatically what your youngster needs to work on. And what better way, like you go to a baseball camp, not only you don't want to get a pat on the back and like, hey, you did a great job out here, Johnny. Thanks a lot for coming out. We appreciate it. But now when Johnny leaves that baseball camp, he knows what he's got to work on.
Kamari Chisholm Jr. into the box for the River Bandits. 2-man in scoring position. First pitch from Cash misses outside. And Rick, I want to talk about your playing days. Obviously, you played in the Valley League, as you mentioned, with the University of Maryland as well. But specifically the Valley League, what was your favorite memory from playing with the Royals in the Valley League?
That's a great question. I guess my favorite memory is that back then the teams were owned, and basically the only team that was not owned, it was like what it is, a 501c3, was the Newmarket Rebels. Probably the fact of our team, our catcher was from Coastal Carolina, our first baseman was Clemson. I started at second from Maryland. Our shortstop was Ohio State. Our third baseman was really from Potomac State, and then our left fielder and right fielder were from Indiana State. Our center fielder was from West Virginia, and our pitching staff was Mississippi State, Florida, Georgia Southern. I mean, we were loaded. We had a great team, and but the owner, Keith Lupton, when baseball came to Winchester, people don't realize this, but like Hanley High School, James Wood, none of these high schools had baseball. They didn't play baseball, and they were really good in football and basketball. And I think one of the things I really like about the Winchester Royals, it really brought high school baseball into that community. And Keith Lumpton, he won the championship for 3 years in a row, and then he went into work in professional baseball, and he really got me my first job with the Baltimore Orioles, and he was my mentor. When I worked in professional baseball, I looked up to Keith, and I enjoyed playing for him. And the one thing that I always remember is that he is the only person today in professional baseball.
Ground ball to third. McCullum charges in. Scoop from Craddock. He can't dig it out. 2 runs will score. A low throw from McCullum. And it's 7-3. Woodstock starting to chip back into this one.
Well, that first baseman right there made a really good try. If he was going to get that, not only did he stretch, great stretch, but he made it, kind of scooped it up from the dirt. I thought he was going to have it for that for a second. But going back to Keith, is that he's the only guy that I know in professional baseball that has been named the Executive of the Year in 3 different leagues. He was the Executive of the Year in the Carolina League, the South Atlantic League, and the Eastern League.
High fly ball, deep center. Crater ranging back onto the track, and he makes the catch for the 3rd and final out. Rick, you want to continue your story there? Or?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say is that, so one of my favorite moments was for the Winchester Royals. We were playing in Newmarket, and back then the lights were not as great at Newmarket, and we had 2 football players. People don't realize, but Fulton Walker was our center fielder. He was the first guy to ever run back a kickoff in the Super Bowl for the Miami Dolphins, and happened to do it against the Washington Redskins. And but we had a guy that was our DH. His name was Tony Stevens. He was about 6'5". He was a tight end for the University of Florida Gators. So he was like 6'5", 245, 250. And back then, we didn't use wooden bats. We still had aluminum bats. And his bat looked like a fungo stick. It was like, I think, 36 inches or whatever. Well, it was kind of like, daylight. It was like that time was getting dark, but it really had a hard time seeing the ball, when it took off. And he hit the ball so loud. It was probably the loudest ball I've ever heard hit off of aluminum bat, and nobody saw the ball. Nobody saw the ball. And I remember Wilson Warner was the umpire, and he stepped out from home plate, walked up in front of the catcher, and he did the home run sign. And none of the players for Newmarket saw it. None of us saw it for the Winchester Royals. So it probably was a few years later I saw Wilson at a ballpark, and I went up to Wilson. I said, tell me about that home run in Newmarket. He said, I didn't see it. It just sounded really great off the bat, and I called it a home run. So that was probably one of the best memories I have of somebody hitting a ball and nobody ever seeing it.
Well, thank you for joining me for this half inning, Rick. It's a pleasure to have you as commissioner. And if you ever stop by Charlottesville, you're always welcome in the booth.
I got to tell you something. You do a great job. This is your profession. You need to keep doing it, man, because you're going to be working in minor league baseball soon.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back. Landon Weaver will take over on play-by-play to begin the bottom of the 5th inning here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can.
Well, what a surprise that was. Rick Furr, commissioner of the Valley Baseball League, stepping in for a half inning and giving some really good insight into the ins and outs of the VBL this season, what's new, what's staying the same. And Luke, that was a great conversation, as we just missed a Luke Craddock fly out to left. Tom Sox are ahead 7-3. I'm Landon Weaver. He's Luke Stefanisco, and this is the Tom Sox Broadcast Network. Up to bat now for the Tom Sox, Ben Cardone. Or my apologies, Grayson McCollum.
You get a little bit of grace, Landon.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a wild inning there. Judge balancing a conversation and then being able to get you back on the mic. Glad to be with you, Landon. Let's hope it doesn't turn out the last time you were on the mic for Charlottesville versus Woodstock.
Right. Last time the Tom Sox and Woodstock River Bandits faced off. Sox had a big lead, gave it up late in that one and lost 8-7. McCollum today, an RBI single in his last at-bat in the bottom of the 4th, where the Sox put up a 7 spot. And now he'll look to try and get on base. The 0-2, swing and a miss. McCollum retired, and that's 2 gone already for the River Bandits and Jack Turner.
Turner's looked good as he came out of the bullpen. I'm not sure it was exactly the intention of Woodstock to have to use him today, but he's played the part, and that's exactly what you can ask for from someone who really hasn't had to step in. We saw it with Luke Craddock yesterday for the Tom Sox against Culpeper. To have someone step in who maybe wasn't expecting to pitch, it's just a very good thing to have.
Up next for the Sox, DH Lucas Ream. First pitch to Ream, low and inside for ball 1. Ream so far today, a 2 RBI double in the bottom of the 4th, really broke things open for the Sox. He's another guy on this team that has a lot of power. The 1-0 to Ream. fouled off, 1-1. Ream, as you mentioned earlier, comes from Shippensburg University. 31 games played, just a tick under 300 on the season.
And the PSAC, a good conference for college baseball. So for Ream to be able to put up those numbers, a conference like that, definitely telling. And he's certainly not built like a D2 baseball player.
Another foul, and it's 1-2. 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Sox looking to provide some insurance as they hold a 4-run lead over the River Bandits, looking for their first win of the season, starting off 0-2 with losses to Waynesboro and Culpeper, that one last night. The 1-2 pitch. Ream grounds it in between the gap of short and third and gets himself on base via the single 2 times in a row. Ream 2 for 3 on the day.
And it's just a case of simple good hitting, not needing to really elevate in that at-bat like he did in his last at-bat. Just a good piece. Finding a gap, finding some green. That's all you want out of Ream. Keep this inning alive with 2 outs. Prolong it. Give Caffarillo a chance.
Dom Caffarillo, hometown kid, digs into that righty's batter's box. The junior out of Georgetown. 2 4-3 ground outs today. First pitch, a breaking ball, drops into the zone, trying to catch Ream stealing. And they do a 2-4 putout coming from Howell over to Archer Bates. And that is 3 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Tom Sox still lead by 4 as we head over to the Woodstock batters.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Welcome back to CHO Airport Field. Lucas Cash still out and dealing for the Tom Sox, now into his 6th inning of work for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. He's put together a phenomenal outing so far. Just 3 earned runs for Woodstock, but nonetheless, Charlottesville has the lead.
Yeah, he's looked great. And again, and especially in a point of the season where you need to give some guys some rest, to have Cash available on a day like this where he's just able to eat innings and be the kind of innings eater that you want and get outs as effectively as he has, it's a godsend.
Delgado leading off for the River Bandits. Looks at a first pitch ball. So far, Delgado flew out to center and a ground out as well. 0 for 2 today. The lefty stands in against the righty Cash. The 1-0, swing and a miss from Delgado. Last season, Luke, the Tom Sox started off 0-2. Were able to win their 3rd game. And right now it would seem that it's following suit like that again, but you never want to take anything to chance. The 1-1 pitch, Delgado fouls it off towards the left side. 1-2.
I think it's acceptable for Cash to falter a little bit. I mean, it's going to be natural when you're working the 3rd time through an order that hitters are going to have a little bit more success against you. I think the walks might be a bit of a bad sign, but otherwise he's managed to work around some trouble, save for that double last half inning.
The 1-2 from Cash. Delgado swings and misses. 1 gone. Another strikeout for Lucas Cash.
Yeah, the strikeout stuff hasn't exactly been there today, but that was a good opportunity for him to really pull the string on a changeup there, and Delgado was probably hunting fastball, just caught the changeup but way too late and couldn't get the bat to it.
It's Cash's second strikeout of the contest, and that comes against Adriel Delgado. Next up, Giovanni Hernandez, today's right fielder for the River Bandits. First pitch, he swings and fouls it off on that left side, but he liked that pitch a lot.
Yeah, he was sitting breaking ball on the first pitch from Cash there, just a little bit out ahead of it. If he wasn't a tad early, that one might have been onto the left field berm there for a bomb.
The 0-1 grounded. McCollum tossing over to Craddock at first in time. 4-2 gone.
Good bounce back from McCullum there after the low throw on his last attempt. Had to rush in on that one and try to make a throw on the run. That time had a lot more opportunity to collect himself and make an easy throw to first.
Cash so far making quick work of this River Bandit lineup. Brings up the DH Logan Duffy. Walked in his last at-bat. River Bandits were able to get 3 on the board last half inning. First pitch outside from Cash.
I'm going to say this, Landon, and it might sound a little bit funny, but Lucas Cash pitches like someone who has a full-time job. He works quick in the opportunity to get off the mound. Maybe you don't want to necessarily go to work, but might have a bit of H-back opportunity right after this game.
Big hit from Duffy, and it's over the wall. A home run for the DH today, Logan Duffy, and it's 7-4 now. Woodstock, a solo shot courtesy of Logan Duffy.
There's a bit of a broadcaster's jinx there. Cash worked quick. Duffy was quicker in that at-bat and caught the fastball. It's the short porch out in right field that really gets some pitchers in some unfortunate spots, and that one right there for Lucas Cash. In a lot of other parks around the valley, that's a fly out. Here in Charlottesville, it creeps over that 290 fence.
Well, ever since the bottom of the 7th, or bottom of the 4th, Tom Sox put up 7 runs. It's been 4 unanswered for Woodstock, and it brings up the third baseman, Austin Ford, takes a first pitch strike.
But Cash isn't dissuaded, right? He had given up home runs in both of his appearances last season, and he still went back to work. So it's nothing new for him. He's able to bounce back from, what happened on that pitch and just kind of ignore it, having that goldfish-like memory.
Nice hit from Ford, just drives it foul near the road going into CHS. 0-2 is the count with 2 gone in the top of the 6th. Cash trying to lessen the damage after Logan Duffy's latest home run. The 0-2 outside. Good restraint from Ford to hold himself back. Austin Ford, a senior out of Averett University, faces the 1-2 pitch. He grounds it, hitting off the third base, popping up into the air, and Ford able to get himself on first with an infield single.
Well, that one might seem lucky for Ford, but I actually think it leans more on the unlucky side. If that ball hadn't hit the bag, it is most likely going down the third base line all the way into the corner with how hard it was hit. Guaranteed extra bases. Instead, McCullum's able to collect it and even get a throw over to first. Could have been a near disaster for Cash, avoided because of a square-like object over at third.
Dylan Howell breaks his bat, grounds it over to McCollum. The throw to Craddock at first, skips off the ground into his glove, and in time. Runner left on second. Nonetheless, it's still 7-4. Tom Sox lead by 3, but Logan Duffy able to creep Woodstock back into it with a solo shot.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6.
Dom Caffarillo leading off for the Tom Sox. He was in the batter's box last inning before Lucas Ream was caught stealing from first to second. Woodstock got one back in the top of the sixth via a solo shot from Logan Duffy. Sox will look to answer. First pitch from Turner. Right down the middle for a strike. Caffarillo 0 for 2 today, both via the 4-3 putout. He'll face the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss.
And I think this is going to be a case of both teams just letting their arms go as long as they can. Woodstock's already had to burn through 3 different pitchers before they've gotten to Turner, and Charlottesville only still with Lucas Cash, but with a depleted bullpen, got to let him go.
The 0-2 just below the zone against Caffarillo, 1-2. So far this season, Caffarillo coming into today, just 2 at-bats, 1 hit. The pitch, Caffarillo fouls it off. 2-strike foul, he stays alive.
Leaving the playing field can be dangerous. For your safety, please remain alert at all times.
I say a lot better at-bats from the Sox today. You're really liking what you're seeing out of some of the guys who had the day off yesterday. A lot more competitive at the plate, and certainly a good thing to see for the depth of this team.
Turner fires the 1-2 way past his catcher Howell's glove. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, you can ill afford those kind of throws when there's people on base, but it all counts the same when there's just one batter leading off.
Yeah, it's just a errant ball at that point as compared to potential advancement of runners. And you can take that.
The 2-2 from Turner. Swing and a miss. Turner sits Caffarillo down.
That's a nice pitch. Tough one for Caffarillo to get to, especially when it's righty on righty and he's able to bend that breaking ball to the other part of the zone. Just a tough pitch to hit, especially when, if you don't swing, it's probably a called strike 3 anyways.
Chase Jackson up next. Junior out of Seminole State. Stands at 5'9", but 175, so he packs a punch. RBI single in the bottom of the 4th. And he'll face off against Jack Turner. Nice pitch, catching the inside corner for strike 1. You know, Turner's come in unexpected relief, and he's done really well, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's just filled up the strike zone. Has that big frame, which allows him to generate a little bit of extra velocity on his release, and it helps him.
The 0-1, Jackson fouls it backwards. And Turner quickly ahead 0-2. Since coming in, Turner induced a fly out to short and just 1 single coming in the top of the 5th, top of the 6th. The pitch, Jackson flies it up sky high. Ranging to it is the center fielder Chisholm, and he makes the catch. And that's 2 outs for the Tom Sox. Brings up the bottom of the order, Elijah Hurt. Teammates with Chase Jackson at Seminole State. And Hurt will look to keep this inning alive and provide some more runs, as what was once a 7-run lead is now back down to 3. First pitch ball from Turner.
Yeah, but Randy Tomlin and Will Pearson showing some trust in Lucas Cash. There is no one warming in the Tom Sox bullpen. He's going to be back out for the top of the 7th. They're going to put their faith in him to go as long as he wants to.
Next pitch gets into the zone. Strike one. Turner looking to get out of yet another inning. As he'll deliver the 1-1 pitch to Hurt. Swinging a foul tip backwards. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases are clear for the Tom Sox. No one's reached base just yet. Turner readies the 1-2 pitch to Elijah Hurt and deals. Breaking ball just missing the outside edge. Count evens at 2 apiece.
That was a nice pitch. Again, very similar to the one that got Caffarillo swinging. Hurt maybe got a little bit of benefit of the doubt on the call there from Jerry Burris, so he stays alive.
Nice piece by Hurt into left field, and he'll get himself on base rounding first, heading to second. And it's a stand-up double for Elijah Hurt, bottom of the order, barreling to second base.
Yeah, for Hurt, who's had some struggles over the early part of the season, that was very, very good to see. He squared that ball up right on the seams. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen all night. That's exactly what you want.
Now top of the order, Tanner Crater. A single and a double so far. Sandwich in the middle of that is a looking strikeout for him. But the lefty has done really well, seeing the ball super well today against Woodstock. Runner in scoring position for Crater. And Turner delivers the first pitch outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Crater has looked a lot more poised at the plate than you would think for a guy that just graduated high school. A lot of great at-bats from a youngster, and he's been in the cage early. I was in the cages with him yesterday taking some swings. He's very talented, and he has the work ethic to really want to improve.
Here's a throw over to second, not in time, as Green came in from short position to try and make the tag. Count still 1-0. But you think back, I mean, Tanner Crater slated to play at Sewanee. He wants to get in as many at-bats as he can, whether real or in the cage. There's another inside pitch for ball 2, but as you said, that work ethic, especially out of high school, it's incredible.
And you see him, and I can't help but think of another lefty that played here in Charlottesville from Sewanee, the University of the South, and Will Genowine, one of the key contributors and cogs of the runner-up finish last season for Charlottesville down the stretch. Came in late in the season and was a huge spark.
The 2-0. Crater lines it over the outstretched glove of Green. Rounding third is Hurt. He's heading home to score, and he will. 8-4 Tom Sox. Here's a throw to second. Not in time. As time is called on the field, Crater appears to be shaking up just a bit as he slid into second. An awkward coming together between him and I believe that's Jack Turner out there, the pitcher.
Yeah, it was a pretty piece of hitting, but gotta hope Tanner Crater's okay.
Staff, Randy Tomlin, Thomas Abel, and our trainer coming out there to talk to him as he still sits at second base. And we'll take a quick break on Tom Sox Broadcast Network, and we'll come back and give you an update on Tanner Crater.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families.
Welcome back to CHO Airport Field. Good news, Tanner Crater up and moving around and staying on second base. It's always good to be a little precautious when you have it coming together like that, Luke.
Yeah, I think it was maybe a banging of knees together right there on the bag.
Those hurt.
Yeah, that'll give you a sting for a little bit. But another good piece of hitting from Crater there, and again, we said he looked a lot more poised at the plate than you would imagine. But just another example of a really well-placed hit from Crater.
An RBI single advancing to second. He's 3 for 4 today. Brings up Ben Cardone, who had a blast to left center in the bottom of the 4th. Now another runner in scoring position. The pitch upstairs, ball 1.
And for Cardone's frame, he's a smaller guy, but he put a charge into that home run. Many people in the park probably didn't expect a guy like that to go yard, but Cardone's got the bat to do it, and he showcased it.
And that was his first hit of the season, a solo shot, or 2-run shot, as he laces another one into foul territory. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think everyone in the ballpark now realizing that Cardone has that power to turn on a baseball like that. You saw it right there way early, but he put a good swing on that one, something he's capable of. As we have our second train of the game. Other one came in during a commercial, folks. Do trust us, this is the second train.
1-1 pitch to Cardone, just outside for ball 2. Cardone with the Keydets this year, just 1 home run. He's already equaled that total with the Tom Sox. Batted 169 up there in Lexington, Virginia. The 2-1 pitch coming up from Jack Turner. He checks on Crater at second and fires. Cardone pops it up. Howell locating and gloving to end the inning. Tom Sox put another run on the board. It's 8-4 from CHO. We'll head into the top of the 7th next on Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
8-4 is your score from CHO Airport Field as we head into the top of the 7th. Lucas Cash still dealing on the mound. 66 pitches so far for the Tom Sox ace. He'll face off against Wyatt Raymond to begin the 7th inning. Raymond so far a double in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 today. The pitch, curveball, barely missing the body of Wyatt Raymond.
The Sox are getting one of their 2 new lefties warmed up in the bullpen. So signaling the end of Cash's start, but he's been effective to say the least for Charlottesville.
The 1-0 breaking ball, nicely done from Lucas Cash into the zone. 1 ball and a strike. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Ball goes into the dirt. Count is 1-2.
And if you can get through this half inning, if you're Cash, 7 strong innings of work for the Tom Sox, leave the game with the lead. There's not much else you could have done today on your, I guess, side gig. You consider this for Lucas Cash.
You see Wyatt Raymond and Dom Caffarillo exchanging some pleasantries. Raymond, a native of Charlottesville, Virginia, played his high school ball at St. Anne's Belfield as well. So a lot of Charlottesville right now between Lucas Cash, Dom Caffarillo, and Wyatt Raymond. The 1-2 pitch fouled off towards Woodstock's dugout.
His stab teammate Will Yao not at the ball game today, though. Yao did start both of the first 2 games of the season for the Tom Sox at short.
Very, very promising incoming freshman for UVA. The 1-2 from Cash. Into the dirt, bouncing just before home plate. Caffarillo tried to block it, but couldn't. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Think about it, too. 3 local guys here battling it out. It is pretty cool to think about. In fact, these 3 guys probably could have crossed paths at some point in Charlottesville. May not have ever known it.
Raymond, a sophomore, Cash a bit older, but Caffarillo also right around the same age as Wyatt Raymond. Here's the pitch, wave and a miss from Raymond. Lucas Cash starts out the 7th with a strikeout.
And it's that righty-righty slider that you see a lot. Just tails away from the hitter. So tough to hit when you've already committed and see it slide away. Tough chance to make contact.
Bottom of the order for the River Bandits, center fielder Kamari Chisholm. The pitch, Chisholm watches it sail below the zone for ball 1. The 1-0, check swing into the middle from Lucas Cash. Chisholm fell to Cash's first strikeout of the contest in the top of the 5th. The 1-1 below. 2 balls and a strike. Kamari Chisholm out of Gainesville, Virginia, and Hood College. The 2-1 pitch to him finds the zone for strike 2.
Cash has been around the edge and parts of the black in this at-bat. That one clipped it there, but very well could have gotten the other 2 balls in this at-bat for strikes, so take what you can get.
The 2-2 from Cash into the dirt. Ball 3. Count has run full for Kamari Chisholm. At Hood College this past season, Chisholm worked 23 walks to 21 strikeouts. So good patience at the plate. The 3-2. Chisholm fouls it off towards his third base coach. And we'll do it again.
Yeah, Woodstock is getting a lefty loose in their bullpen, so be the end of the outing for Turner.
As far as Cash goes, he's gone 6 1/3. Trying to make it 6 2/3 against Chisholm. They stand in a full count battle. The 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Chisholm takes first base.
Good at-bat from Kamari Chisholm there. Took some tough pitches. Gets rewarded for it with a walk to turn things over to the top. This is a good chance for Woodstock to try and get back into this one. You got it down to 3. You gave up the run. But an opportunity with Chisholm at the 9 spot, who's probably going to be in motion, testing Caffarillo, who really hasn't had to deal with anybody on the base paths today, courtesy of Cash.
22 stolen bags for Chisholm with Hood College this past season. Would not be surprised if he starts moving, and there he goes as Bates fouls off the first pitch and will bring Chisholm back to first base.
Yeah, so he's going to be in motion. The question is if they keep it on here after showing their hand with the foul ball. Could have the auto green light. Might just try and make his way to second.
Chisholm, a nice lead, thrown back to first. Craddock, nice glove to save the ball from sailing towards the dugout.
Yeah, that one almost went really badly.
Yeah.
For the Tom Sox.
And knowing Chisholm's speed, he could have made it to third.
There's a lot of ground in foul territory down the right field line here at the CHO.
Chisholm, a big lead. Cash throws back to first. The tag applied, but not in time. A good connection between Cash and Craddock right now.
Yeah, Cash is doing his best to try and hold him on, which is all you really can do to help out your catcher in this spot. You know he's probably going to be in motion. Try and keep him as close to the bag as you can. If you can pick him off, that'd be nice.
The 0-1's not going to happen just yet. Another tag applied by Craddock, but Chisholm is on his toes over there at first.
Just as a reminder, folks, there is no disengagement limit in the VBL, so Cash has as many pickoff attempts as he'd like.
Cash gets his signal, fires the 0-1, breaking ball. Caffarillo thought about throwing over, but just lost control of the ball, and Chisholm takes second base. He's now in scoring position.
I think that's a trade that the Tom Sox are okay with, getting a strike there on Bates. Cash only needs one more. And if he can get the second out, it becomes a lot easier to face Green with 2 down instead of facing Bates with 1-1 count.
Cash checks on Chisholm, the 0-2, into the dirt. Chisholm, a nice lead, almost got caught in the middle of second and third, but he tracks back to second base straight away from Asher Bates. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lucas Cash, well over 80 pitches now. The 1-2 pitch to Bates. Grounder over to Jackson at short. Checks on Chisholm, throws to Craddock, who misses the glove. Chisholm's going to head to third with Bates going to second, and Chisholm thought about going home. Now he will go home. The throw to Caffarillo, not in time. A chaotic sequence of events. Chisholm makes it 8-5.
And that's going to be an E6 on Chase Jackson, and again, had the time to make that play, rushed it a little bit too quickly, and that allows everything to kind of go by the wayside for Lucas Cash. Tough way to end what might be a very good outing, and I think it will be the end, as the Sox will go to a lefty out of their bullpen. And Cash, a strong effort in his season debut. Good to have him back at the show, and I think all the Tom Sox fans will probably say the same thing that I just did.
6 1/3 innings for Cash, but his day is done. We'll have the new pitcher right after this on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
So Lucas Cash's day is done. It brings in Eric Davis, the recent Louisa County High School graduate, now turned Charlottesville Tom Sox pitcher, facing off against Bryant Green in his first at-bat of the season.
It's cool you go Louisa on the mound with Cash giving way to Davis.
First pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 1. Eric Davis set to play his collegiate ball at Roanoke College this upcoming spring. Checks on Bates at second and fires the 1-0 outside for ball 2. Davis also doubled as a position player in high school. Had decent power, but now pitching for the Tom Sox. A rare left-handed pitcher for Charlottesville. The 2-0. just missing inside, ball 3.
Now, he's had some tight calls from home plate umpire Jerry Burris so far throughout this at-bat. Got to locate a little bit better in order to get the strike call.
The 3-0 from Davis, outside of 4-pitch walk to begin things from the 2026 graduate.
Okay, and you got to settle in here. You know, he's a young guy making his first appearance in a tough league, and a good veteran move by Dom Caffarillo to go out and talk to him here. Try and settle things down. You don't want to get too out of hand, especially in this moment where Woodstock now has the tying run at the plate, and they can tie things up in a blink of an eye.
Not to mention you're facing a guy that is a redshirt senior, so this is at least 4 or 5 years of experience gap between Adriel Delgado and Eric Davis out on the mound. Delgado played 47 games this season for Jacksonville University, batted just under 250.
One good thing going for Davis here, it is a lefty-lefty matchup where hypothetically should have a decent advantage on the mound here.
Double play depth for the Sox. First pitch, grounder, foul.
Can I get 4 baseballs, please?
This home plate umpire Jerry Burrish asking for some more balls. Always need to replenish them as we get late into this one. Top of the 7th. Tom Sox ahead by 3. Runners on first and second for the River Bandits. The pitch outside, 1-1. Delgado 0 for 3 today. His last at-bat was a strikeout against Lucas Cash. Davis readies the 1-1 pitch, checks on the runners, and delivers. Breaking ball right down the middle. Beautiful pitch from Eric Davis.
Yeah, that was a tough one. If you're not looking for it, kind of comes in so slow that you have to really think about it in the last second, and Delgado was not ready to swing at that pitch. It bent so far down, caught the top of the zone.
The 1-2 into the dirt. Runners stay where they're at. Count moves to 2-2.
It's a good block there from Caffarillo. Good idea from Davis to try and go back to that pitch that he had caught the top of the zone with, see if he can get Delgado to reach on it. Now you got to batten down in a 2-2 count.
Big chance for a strikeout here against Delgado. Davis fires the 2-2, breaks, almost catches that inside corner. When he first let that one go, Luke, I thought it was going to hit Delgado in the number, but that had a wide variety of curve on it.
He's got good movement, Landon. That's one thing you can certainly say about Davis so far through this appearance.
Full count pitch to Delgado. Sox ahead by 3. Delgado would be the tying run. The pitch. Delgado lines it into right field. It drops for a base hit. Coming home is Bates. He'll come home and put in a 6th run for Woodstock. Runners on the corners for the River Bandits, and it's just a 2-run advantage for the Tom Sox in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, and that's especially tough for Davis when you think about that last pitch to run the count full. He was right there on the edge, didn't get the judgment call. Now you got to get back to work knowing that the go-ahead run's at the plate. You just had the tying run at the plate, and he reached first.
Runners on the corners for Woodstock. And it's Giovanni Hernandez up to bat, throw over to first for Davis. Hernandez played at Young Harris College and had a spectacular season. Batted .377, 69 RBIs, and 84 hits. Another throw over. Davis and Craddock just playing catch out there for the time being. Lefty against righty action. The pitch to Hernandez is upstairs. First pitch ball. And another visit. Tomlin looks like he's signaling over to the bullpen, and we'll get another pitching change as Eric Davis's day comes to a quick end. We'll be right back on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
Welcome back to CHO Airport Field. Woodstock ever so slightly cutting into the Sox advantage. It is now 8-6 in the top of the 7th. New pitcher for Charlottesville is Caden Harris, a familiar face, Luke.
Yeah, Caden Harris made his debut last season late for the Tom Sox, pitched in the championship series and all across the playoffs for Charlottesville. Again, a young lefty, had some familial ties to the coaching staff last year, back in Charlottesville for another go-around. A guy that can get it done. He can find the zone. When he does tend to miss the zone, that is where issues arise and walks can become a problem. But when he's on, he's able to effectively locate. His movement causes issues for hitters.
It is a tough at-bat to be put in for your first pitching outing of the season against Giovanni Hernandez, who, as we mentioned before the break, hit a tick under 400 this past season with Young Harris College. That is quite the number, and you're talking about 69 RBIs and 84 hits. At any level, that is baller. Harris comes into the game, a 1-0 count against him. Runners on the corners for Woodstock and just one out in the inning. The pitch, runner goes, and now from third and scoring is Bryant Green. It is 8-7. Woodstock has now cut it to just one. Adriel Delgado now on to second base and in scoring position. The leading run is at home. The tying run at second, a 2-0 count.
Yeah, not exactly the way you want to start if you're Caden Harris, but you can still battle back. You have one out on the board. Just got to locate. Pitch to contact. Let your fielders make plays. They've made some incredible ones today.
The 2-0 pitch. Hernandez skies it foul, so there's a little bit of contact. Weaker in that, and it flew over the backstop, but nonetheless a strike. 2 balls and a strike for Caden Harris to work with. He pitches at UVA Wise, 7 appearances on the season. The 2-1 pitch with Delgado on second. Hernandez at bat. Hernandez flies it up. Craddock locating, stepping back into foul territory and making the catch. No running from Delgado, and Harris and the Sox move to 1 out away in this top of the 7th.
That's what you want to do for Caden Harris. You had the bad miss on the first pitch, but immediately find the zone and induce that soft contact. It's what he's capable of doing. When he has the walk issues, that's when the harder contact tends to creep in against Harris. But right there, good job of finding the zone and inducing that pop-up.
Logan Duffy up to bat. Last time up, a bomb to right field. A home run now would give Woodstock the lead. The first pitch, right down the middle, strike 1. Back-to-back lefty pitchers for the Sox, Eric Davis and now Caden Harris. A lot of locality today on the bump and behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch just misses outside, 1-1. It's been a tight zone from home plate umpire Jerry Burish today. Crater comes set, checks on Delgado at second, and fires. Swing and a miss from Logan Duffy. He wanted all of that and then some.
It's not typically what you see when Harris pitches. You don't typically see a swing and miss on his heater, but that time blew it right past Duffy. Now all it takes is one, and you're out of this inning.
A big pitch coming from Harris. He gets his sign from Caffarillo behind the plate. The 1-2. Outside, 2-2. It feels like there's a lot of weight on this at bat, Luke.
Absolutely. This is a good chance for Woodstock to tie this game up for the bottom part of the order, which has had some rougher at-bats at points. Would have to face Harris and potentially another arm out of the Sox pen. It's a good chance for one of your better hitters to get it done.
Harris unleashes the 2-2, skied up into the air. Charging onto it is Crater, and he makes the grab. Tom Sox retain their lead, but it is cut to 1 as we head into the bottom of the 7th on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
Sox lead 8-7 as we head into the home half of the 7th inning. A new pitcher for Woodstock, Alex Pezos. Luke, he's coming in a big spot trying to keep the Sox at bay, the senior out of Wayland Baptist.
Yeah, a spot where the Tom Sox can try and capture momentum back and put some more runs on the board. They got a nice entry into the game from Caden Harris, although he did allow the run on the wild pitch. Managed to keep the Tom Sox ahead 8-7. Again, the score of the game last year, entering familiar territory for Tom Sox fans, hopefully a different result.
It was 8-7 last year in favor of Woodstock as the first pitch to Lansness is chopped over the head of Pezos into the glove of Green and fired for the first out over to Delgado at first. Great teamwork from the River Bandits to retire Lansness on the first pitch.
And now it gives Craddock a chance. He's been really quiet today. He was hit by a pitch and he had the line out, but lefty-righty here, good opportunity.
Pezos' delivery to Craddock is outside and upstairs for ball 1. No one's really put it into the range that Craddock would want to hit it. If you saw what happened last night when he got a hold of one. The 1-0, check swing from Craddock. He did not go. it's 2-0.
Yeah, he sits dead red fastballs at points, and when he gets it, he can drive it a long way. Hasn't exactly gotten it yet today.
The 2-0. Outside, 3 balls and a strike.
That's good discipline from him, though. In game 1, he was swinging out, looked almost everything he got from the pitchers. Right there, 3 close pitches he has taken to put himself in a really good count.
The 3-0 to Craddock. Upstairs, a 4-pitch walk for the Pirate out of East Carolina.
Batting for your Tom Sox third baseman, number 27, Grayson McCullum.
Up next, Grayson McCollum, Kennesaw State. McCollum comes into today's at-bat, this one at-bat, with an RBI single already to his name, and he struck out his last time up. With Craddock on first, the pitch inside hits the dirt. Craddock stays where he is.
Speaking of East Carolina, that regional just had first pitch a little bit ago. It's a 0-0 game in the bottom of the first with North Carolina doing the hitting right now.
Battle of the Carolina out there as the 1-0 is swung on by McCollum, lifted into right center, and it drops. Craddock around second, trails, and now we have a mix-up. Now we have a pickle. The tag applied to Craddock, not in time, and McCollum running back and forth between being tagged out right next to second base. So Craddock able to move up to second, but miscommunication between himself and McCollum sees Grayson McCollum get out after the single.
Yeah, that was just a clear miscommunication of Craddock. He definitely could have gotten to third base, but hesitated, thinking it was already in the glove of one of the outfielders. Maybe got deked a little bit at second base, and that left McCollum hung up, who was hard turn around first, would have easily gotten to second. A little bit unfortunate for both of those guys. Not the way you wanted it to go.
Out of all the things the Sox need, that was not one of them. They need some insurance runs right now, but they have a chance with Ream batting for the Sox and Craddock over on second as a mound visit coming up from Howell over to Pezos.
You might as well say insurance is the word of the inning for the Sox at this point in the ball game. I mean, you need all the help you can get with your young lefty out on the mound in Caden Harris. There is a Tom Sox arm getting loose near the bullpen, as in loose, I mean stretching, not throwing just yet, but could be someone the Sox will turn to in the moment if they need to end this ball game.
Pezos and Howell separate back into their positions. A 1-0 count towards Lucas Ream, today's DH for the Sox. The 1-0 pitch with Craddock on second, right down the middle for strike one from the southpaw. Ream looking to tack on another run to give the Sox a 2-run advantage. The pitch outside, ball 2. Good patience from Ream. He's registered a hit in his last 2 at-bats, looking to make it 3 in a row. Pezos checks on Craddock and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
That was really well located to the righty. Ream, he would have had to go almost all the way across the plate to try and get any piece of that one. And for a guy like Ream, who probably would tend to pull the ball, it's a tough ask.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Pezos trying to give Woodstock a chance. The pitch upstairs, ball 3, and the count is full. Pezos against Ream. One trying to get their side out of the inning and back on the bats. The other trying to extend their lead. Pezos eyes Craddock and pitches. Downstairs, ball 4. Well worked walk from Lucas Ream.
And that was a good take. Pezos tried to attack that outside corner that he got Ream to offer at earlier in the at-bat. Ream had no say in that one, didn't want it. And he gives a replacement base runner, although not totally, for McCollum.
Up next is the Hoya. Out of Georgetown, it's Dom Caffarillo. in a 2-out situation. First pitch breaking ball right down the middle.
That might be a pitch Caffarillo wants back. That was about belt high on a breaking ball. You could do some damage with that. Ben Cardone did something similar to a pitch like that back in the middle innings.
The 0-1 just misses that outside corner. We've seen that one really tough to nick this entire game from both sides. Only 1 run separates Charlottesville and Woodstock after it was the Tom Sox who stormed out to a 7-0 lead. There's another ball from Pezos. 2 balls and a strike. Dom Caffarillo certainly due. He's 0 for 3 today. Laces one into right center field. Charging over is Hernandez, and he makes the grab. That's an inning ender for Hernandez and the River Bandits. Score stays at Tom Sox 8, Woodstock 7 as we head into the top of the 8th inning on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer.
Caden Harris still in the game for the Sox as they lead 8-7 as we enter the witching hour in this contest. Top of the 8th inning, Woodstock 6 more outs to try and get some more offense going.
For Woodstock, third baseman number 14, Austin Ford.
It's Austin Ford up to bat for the River Bandits. 2 singles on the day. He is 2 for 3. First time facing off against the lefty Harris. The pitch. Ford hacks at it, fouls it off to the right side.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for
This is a spot where you're going to need Ford to get on. He's done it twice today already. Just need to get base runners. You take them any way you can at this point. Try and get that tying run across.
Lead off for the 8th inning, Austin Ford. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, just misses the top of the zone. But that looked a lot better from Caden Harris.
Yeah, that was also very similar to what Davis had with his movement, kind of working top down to the zone, trying to catch the top of the zone. Nearly did it right there.
The 1-1 from Caden Harris, right down the middle, finding it for a 1-2 count.
You also find yourself in some trouble when you try to work top down with those breaking balls. Might hang one a little bit too high, could be dangerous. That one, a much better placed pitch from Harris.
Chance to strike out Ford right here. The 1-2 sails it over the head of Caffarillo. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Caden Harris. Gets a signal from Caffarillo. The 2 working in tandem, being both from Charlottesville. The 2-2 pitch, just missing a little bit low.
That was a good spot again. just that outside corner, inside corner, whatever you want to call it, if it's a lefty or righty, not being kind from home plate umpire Jerry Burrish to Harris or Davis.
This season at Averett, Ford batted .354. The full count pitch outside, ball 4. The tying run is on base for Woodstock.
That's a tough one there for Harris. 2 pitches that very well could have been called strikes. Good location, didn't get the call, and uncompetitive pitch on the 3-2. Now he has to work with a runner on first. Definitely capable of doing so. Worked around the danger last half inning. Needs to do it here.
Now facing the bottom of the order, starting with Dylan Howell in the 7th spot. The pitch upstairs, ball 1. Harris slated to face Howell, Wyatt Raymond, and Kamari Chisholm if all goes to plan at 7, 8, 9 for Woodstock, which would mean some portion of that top of the order is going to be batting in the 9th. Bunt shown, pulled away just in time. 2 balls and no strikes. Ford taking a 5-step lead off of first. Harris checks on him. Back to Caffarillo, and he'll throw over to first instead. It's a good way for pitchers to kind of clear the air and take a breath. Little throw over. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. Bunt shown again. It's laid down. Harris charging on the ball, trying to get there in time, and he fumbles it. A bunt work to perfection from Dylan Howell, and now 2 on for the River Bandits and no outs in the top of the 8th.
There was nothing the lefty Harris could do, having to come off the mound to his right. Craddock already needed to cover the bag. There's really nothing he could do. And get a mound visit here from Randy Tomlin. Not typically out for just a mound visit, but he'll do so here. Could be some situational adjustments coming for the Tom Sox.
Harris and Tomlin know each other very well. They worked with each other towards the end of last season, so already some camaraderie as he looks to be giving instructions to the entire infield, not just Caden Harris. Big spot for the Sox as Wyatt Raymond comes up to bat. He was struck out last time up by Lucas Cash. Or my apologies. Yes, that was by Lucas Cash. So Harris stays out there as Tomlin retreats back to the dugout. Tom Sox ahead by 1. Runners on first and second for the road Woodstock team. The pitch, bunt shown again upstairs and hitting off the back of Wyatt Raymond, which inevitably helped Caffarillo locate the ball.
Yeah, that was, again, a bit of a near disaster for Caffarillo. Kind of banked it off of the back of Raymond, which using it as a backboard is a smart move. I don't know why catchers haven't thought of it beforehand in a situation like that, though you're not always going to get in a situation like that with a high pitch on a bunt attempt.
One-0 pitch, bunt shown again, and a strike is called. 1 ball and 1 strike. Harris able to get himself into the at-bat with runners on first and second against Wyatt Raymond, another Charlottesville kid, not too far from Fluvanna, where Harris heralds from. Caffarillo in position for a bunt, and that looks to be what Raymond is showing, and he lays it down. Both Harris and Craddock charged on it, and they both missed it. Bases are loaded for Woodstock with no outs.
I think the plan was for the bunt to hopefully go to Craddock, and he makes the play at third. Instead, Harris and him both picked the wrong direction. That allows everybody on base. That's a tough play to have happen in this spot. Now with nobody out, bases loaded, you have a play at any location, but have to bring the infield in, at least the corners in, prevent a suicide squeeze.
Harris delivers to Kamari Chisholm Jr. First pitch low for a ball. No outs. This is a dire at bat. Bottom of the order as well for Caden Harris to deal with. And with how thin the pitching is right now, it's imperative that you squeeze a double play or at least get an out here. The 1-0. Fouled off by Chisholm. Good pitch there from Harris, inducing that contact.
Well, one thing's for sure, Harris has the support of the fans here. A lot of his family and friends, former teammates in the stands, supporting him on.
The 1-1 pitch from Harris. Check swing from Chisholm, and a grimace as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another step in the right direction from Caden Harris. Chisholm digs in. Harris sets up. Gets his signal and fires the 1-2. Another foul off from Kamari Chisholm Jr. Austin Ford on third, Dylan Howell on second, and Wyatt Raymond on first. Bases loaded for Woodstock. No outs. Top of the 8th. The 1-2 from Harris. Fouled up and away by Chisholm again.
This is a good battle, though. Harris is finding the zone, forcing Chisholm to fight off these pitches. Something's got to give in one of these next few offerings from either Chisholm or Harris. It's going to be an outcome.
Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball misses the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a good time to go to a bender there. Try and see if you can get Chisholm to swing at something that's not a strike and get an out on the board. Good take from the switch hitter, which is another aspect that helps out Chisholm in this 9 spot.
Righty on lefty action. The southpaw delivers the 2-2. Check swing upstairs. Full count.
You don't want to allow the tying run in on a walk. That's something you really can't have if you're Harris.
Full count for Harris against Kamari Chisholm Jr., who worked a walk in his last at-bat. The pitch. Downstairs, and we are even in Charlottesville. The River Bandits battled back from being 7-0 down to tied at 8 apiece.
Asher Bates.
Deep breath, baby. Keep going, come on.
And it brings up top of the order for Woodstock, Asher Bates, who reached on an error his last time up and got all the way around to score. Time is called by Woodstock. He brings in his base runners as well as Dylan Howell, or Bryant Green and Delgado, who are on deck and in the hole. Again, no outs. Just 1 run so far this inning for Woodstock, but they do have the bases loaded. And if you are just joining us, the Tom Sox jumped out to a 7-0 lead after a 7 spot in the bottom of the 4th. Since then, 8 runs have been scored by Woodstock, just 1 by the Tom Sox. Play is resumed for Caden Harris as Asher Bates digs in the righty's batter's box. And now time called by Dom Caffarillo. It's like an end-of-game scenario in an NBA game. You know, a team will get a look at what the other team's defense is going to be and then call a timeout. And then they'll get a look at what the offense is going to be set up like, and then they call a timeout.
Yeah, and you have the longest 30 seconds on the clock that lasts about 10 minutes That's how things like that go. That's how this inning has felt.
Yeah, especially if you're on the East Coast watching a West Coast game, then it feels even longer. Yeah. Caffarillo retreats back to his spot behind home plate, and now we are ready to resume play. Bases loaded, no outs. Woodstock already evened it with a walk by Kamari Chisholm. Asher Bates trying to bring in at least one more to give Woodstock their first lead of the contest. The pitch from Harris hits Asher Bates, and Woodstock has the lead.
Batting for Woodstock, shortstop number 27, Brian Green.
Dylan Howell comes in to score off of that hit by pitch. And Woodstock has battled all the way back to take the lead. And Luke, there are still no outs on the board in the inning.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the inning's going to end anytime soon for Woodstock. Charlottesville finally starting to get someone up and throwing. Henry Knighton getting loose out in the bullpen, but he just started throwing. Seems the Sox are going to have to stick with Harris through a couple more at-bats. He does have a lefty here to face in the box.
Good chance for a double play as the Sox show that depth. The first pitch upstairs, ball one. Harris has played in some pretty big spots in his Tom Sox career. You mentioned an appearance in the VBL championships. There's no bigger stage in the summer than that. The 1-0 from Harris to Green. Upstairs again, ball two.
Come on.
The 2-0 pitch to the Thurman, Maryland native. Same spot, just above that zone. 3-0. At this point, if you're a hitter, do you even bother swinging? You just let it ride as long as you can.
I think you're just going to be cautious with it. I mean, you may get a green light here because you are at the top of the order, but Harris struggling to locate. Not sure you want to give him a freebie.
The 3-0 from Harris. That one finds the zone. Strike one for Caden Harris. You can hear some fans out in the crowd giving him some applause, trying to cheer him on in what is a dire spot for the UVA Wise pitcher. The 3-1. Upstairs, ball four, and it is 10-8 in Charlottesville. Woodstock now a 2-run lead. Wyatt Raymond comes home to score, making it 10-8.
And Randy Tomlin's out on the mound. This is going to be the end of the outing for Harris. Henry Knighton will check into the ball game and try and clean up the damage.
Well, we'll step off and let Henry Knighton warm up just a little bit more. Tom Sox now trail 10-8 on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
Three runs scored for Woodstock in this top of the 8th, and no outs recorded for Charlottesville as Henry Knighton comes into the contest, making his first appearance since Friday night when he came in relief against the Waynesboro Generals.
Yeah, Knighton didn't really get much help from his defense in Game 1. He was inducing contact. Some of the plays were tough, and Tom Sox fielders couldn't make them. Now he has an opportunity to kind of pay it forward, help bail his team out in a bad spot. Bases loaded, nobody outs, already down by 2 runs in a game that they largely controlled till these late innings. This is a spot where he's going to have to come up big.
Yeah, the Sox led 7-0 at the conclusion of the 4th inning, and now they trail by 2, 10-8. Knighton, sophomore out of George Washington University, appeared in 12 games this season for the Revolutionaries. Harold's from St. Christopher's School, a private institute in Richmond, Virginia. First pitch coming up to Adriel Delgado in the zone for strike 1. Again, bases are loaded and there are no outs in this inning. Good start from the righty Knighton against the lefty Delgado, who had an RBI single in his last at-bat. The pitch outside, ball 1. Margins are extremely thin right now for Charlottesville. Knighton comes set and delivers the 1-1. Delgado chops it into the glove of Jackson. The throw over to first is in time. A run scores, but an out is applied.
Yeah, nice double play there. Hit slowly enough for Jackson to grab it and tap it at second. And that's a big one. That gives you 2 outs. You're able to kind of get rid of the danger that was on the base paths. Obviously still a runner at third. You'd really like him to not score and give your bats a chance to get going. The Sox hitters haven't been at the plate, but Woodstock pitching also hasn't been on the mound. So maybe some coolness there on the bump.
First pitch to Giovanni Hernandez is upstairs and inside for ball 1. But you're exactly right. The fact that that ball trailed right into the path of Jackson where he could apply the tag on second, throw it over to first. 2 outs and 1 run. That's a pretty good trade-off. Next pitch is low for ball 2. Your new score, Woodstock 11, Charlottesville 8. The more important number, though, the number of outs in the inning, now at 2. The pitch from Knighton, outside, hits the backstop. Runner coming from Delgado and to home. He slides, and it makes it in safely. 5 runs in the inning for Woodstock, and now the bases are cleared for the first time in what feels like forever. But the count, 3-0. Woodstock leads 12-8. Giovanni Hernandez stands in the batter's box in a hefty hitter's count, 3-0. Knighton comes set, delivers the pitch right down the middle for a strike. Good pitch to get your confidence back after sending one to the backstop and allowing a run to score. Another strike catching the outer corner. Knighton's worked his way back to a full count, and he's one strike away from getting out of a disaster of an inning for the Sox. The 3-2. Grounded to Jackson at short, picks it up, throws over to Craddock in time, and the Sox escape the 8th. Your new score, Woodstock 12, Charlottesville 8, as we head into the bottom half of the inning on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance.
New pitcher for the Woodstock River Bandits, it's Connor Clybourne, sophomore out of Hood College in McKinney, Virginia. He's a righty, played in 6 games for Hood College over the past season, 5 1/3 innings pitched, so a relatively fresh arm. And he'll go up against Chase Jackson to begin the bottom of the 8th, where the Sox are in desperate need for some runs. Jackson getting some further instruction from Randy Tomlin as he digs in. He's had a pretty good day so far, an RBI single in the bottom of the 4th. Right now he leads off as first pitch from Clybourne is upstairs.
Woodstock really burning through a lot of arms. Same with Charlottesville. Both teams having to go to multiple arms to try and win this game.
Here's the 1-0. Outside, ball 2.
A little bit more of a necessity for the Sox as they're 0-2. They'd love to win the home opener, especially off the back of the effort from Cash in his start.
Tom Sox the only 0-2 team in the South Division as Clybourne delivers a 3rd pitch strike for a 2-1 count. Woodstock, on the other hand, 1-1 coming into today. The 2-1 right down the middle for a strike from Clybourne. The 2-2. Swing and a miss from Jackson. And Clybourne retires the first batter that he sees.
And that was really, really good from Clybourne to come in, especially after throwing 2 pitches that were pretty uncompetitive, to rifle back with 3 competitive pitches and then to blow one past Jackson. It's a good sign for Woodstock.
Up next, Elijah Hurt up against Connor Clybourne. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Hurt out of Sarasota, Florida, also did not play this past season at Seminole State. So both him and Chase Jackson getting their first at-bats as a collegiate here in Charlottesville. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Hurt reaching for that breaking ball on the right side. trying to avoid the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Grounder up the middle, gloved by the second baseman Bates over to first in time. A nice back pick from Archer Bates.
He had to go to the backhand on that one. That was smooth, especially with the way that took a late hop on him. Some second baseman struggled with that play. That was a nice job.
Up next, top of the order, Tanner Crater. It's been a very reliable bat today, 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a double. Goes ahead and lines that one foul, but that ball must be really big for him right now, seeing it coming down the stretch.
And that one caught off the hands and on the barrel, so I'm shaking off a little bit. Those ones sting. You get back in and you go again.
Here's the 0-1. Crater tips it off the umpire. Count moves to 0-2. Sox down to their last strike in this inning. They've got 4 more outs to work with and a 4-run deficit to erase. Tanner Crater trying to start the comeback. Nearly gets hit, and he did. A hit by pitch for Tanner Crater with 2 outs. Gets him on base, and that is crucial for the Sox.
It gives Cardone, who had the spark home run early in the game, an opportunity. You want to get to your 3, 4, and 5 guys, Lansness, Craddock, and McCullum. They can do some damage and bring in runs. Can ask Cardone to just find his way on base here.
First pitch to Cardone with Crater on first is a strike that catches that inside edge. Clybourne has come in and really taken control, wasting no time from the bump. He checks on Crater at first and delivers the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Cardone. He wanted all that one. So he gets set back in that righty's batter's box. 0-2 count for Clybourne. He shakes off Howell's first suggestion and then goes with the next. The pitch upstairs, trying to catch Crater, and he can't. Crater just barely sliding back into first. Good heads-up play there by Howell, and Delgado trying to catch Crater out.
Yeah, Crater's been aggressive with his secondary, as have a lot of the Tom Sox players over the past 2 games. Susceptible to that, but you're also susceptible to getting good jumps when the ball will hit off the bat, the guy in the box.
The 1-2. Crater again caught out just a little bit as Clybourne misses for a 2-2 count.
Yeah, it's another nice play by Howell to get a pick on that one. Gets past him. Crater's advancing to second in scoring position.
Cardone battles back to even the count at 2. Throw over to first. Delgado doesn't apply the tag. Count remains squared at 2. Clybourne delivering to Cardone, the second baseman today for the Sox. Here's the pitch. Just a bit upstairs and outside. Cardone missing slightly. Clybourne missing slightly for a full count that Cardone has worked after being down 0-2.
And now you get Crater in motion. It's going to allow you to have more opportunities if Cardone can find the outfield grass.
The 3-2 pitch, Crater goes, and Cardone fouls it off down the third base line. A 2-out foul to stay alive from Cardone, sophomore out of Bristow, Virginia. A home run in the bottom of the 4th for Cardone. Does he have some magic here? The 3-2 inside, ball 4, and Cardone takes his base. Runners on first and second. Sox beginning to rally with 2 outs.
It's exactly what I was hoping for. Cardone find his way on base for Lansness, Craddock, and McCullum, guys who have some pop, have extra bases in their bat, and RBI potential. It's the spot you want them in. Crater can run at second. Wouldn't be surprised to see him challenge the outfielders on a base hit. try and put one on the board this inning.
The last lefty that Clybourne faced, he hit. The pitch lined into the glove of Delgado, charging on to first, and he gets there in time. An unassisted 3 for Delgado, and the Sox stay down by 4 as we head into the final frame, top of the 9th, coming right up on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball.
Top of the 9th in Charlottesville, Henry Knighton still out there on the mound for the Sox as he needs 3 outs to give the Sox a chance to create some offense in the bottom of the 9th. Top of the 8th, Sox got the bases loaded by Woodstock and then proceeded to let in 5 runs. A bunch of those were with no outs, but then Knighton came in a double play in his first at-bat, and then he was able to put away the side with minimal damage after that. 12-8, Woodstock leads, trying to get to 2-1 on the season. The Sox looking for their first win of the 2026 campaign. Knighton will be facing off against Logan Duffy, the DH for Woodstock. He hit a solo home run earlier on in this contest. First pitch to Duffy, outside, ball 1.
And it's always tough to be on kind of mop-up duty for Knighton. Look to see him settle in a little bit more this inning. Nobody on base, get a completely clean slate. Really have to not remember what happened last half inning.
Here's the 1-0. Duffy, a hard hit ball into right center field. Charging onto it is Crater. They watch it hit the wall. Crater throwing over to second, cut off, and that's where Duffy will stay at. A leadoff double for Logan Duffy. He has a lot of pop off of that bat.
Yeah, it's very rare you see someone challenge that 370-ish mark out there in right center. That was a blast from Duffy. Again, that's a hit that's mostly out in almost every other VBL stadium, but the dimensions here at the CHO hold that one in.
Brings up Austin Ford, who got around to score after being walked last inning. A leadoff double for Logan Duffy. The pitch right down the middle from Knighton, a strike. Austin Ford 2 for 3 today. 2 singles. And now he has a runner in scoring position in Logan Duffy. The pitch chopped short, charging onto it, but foul. Knighton was patient and let it cross that white line. 0-2. As Ford makes the long walk back to home plate. Dylan Howell holding his bat for him as he stands on deck. Oh-2 count for Knighton. Checks on Duffy and delivers the pitch. Sails on to the backstop, and Duffy will take third base.
And now Knighton's got to really settle in. One thing you wanted out of this inning was if you allowed any base runners, wanted to keep them away from scoring. Duffy 90 feet away. That extra run of insurance might just be a gut punch to the hopes for the Sox in this one.
Because once you get to 5, you can't do it with one swing. You can with 4, but not 5. The 1-2. Chopped over into shallow right field. Hurt charging onto it, but it scores. Logan Duffy. 13-8, Woodstock leads. And that is now 9 runs unanswered for the River Bandits.
Come on. Keep working.
Batting for Woodstock, the catcher, number 20, Dylan Howell.
Brings up Dylan Howell, Woodstock's catcher. A runner on first, and Austin Ford, his RBI single extended Woodstock's lead to 5. The pitch fouled backwards by Howell.
Can I get 4 baseballs, please?
And Knighton's been finding the strike zone. It hasn't been the walks. It's just been, stuff's been hittable. Duffy took the fastball and nearly put it out of the show, and Ford fought that one in off the hands. Good location, better hitting from Ford.
Here's the 0-1, outside and low. 4-1. You're exactly right. Knighton's been finding the zone better than some of the previous relievers, but it's just the contact that Woodstock is getting is more than enough to put runs on the board. A 1-1 pitch into the dirt. Runner goes to second, and another runner in scoring position for Woodstock. Woodstock had not registered a run until the top of the 5th, and by that point they were down by 7. Now they lead by 5. 2 balls and a strike for Henry Knighton facing off against Dylan Howell. The pitch upstairs, 3-1.
Where's your bat? Come on.
Big lead off of second for Austin Ford. The 3-1 pitch misses, and that is a 5-pitch walk for Dylan Howell. Runners on first and second, nobody out in the top of the ninth.
Left fielder number 25, Wyatt Redmond.
Yeah, Knighton again. Now the walk's starting to creep in. It's all starting to get a little bit bleaker for the Tom Sox. The longer this inning goes and the more Woodstock can add on. Got to find any way you can to get an out or one here.
Here's the pitch. Skied up, foul territory. Caffarillo thought about charging on it, but it went over the backstop off the bat of Wyatt Raymond.
What are you doing there?
Sox looking to pick up a win before the midweek break Monday and Tuesday. The pitch, breaking ball in the zone, strike 1. Nice swing and a miss by Wyatt Raymond. Strike 2 against him. Knighton trying to retire the first batter of the top of the ninth. Instead, he'll throw over to second to Cardone, who is standing at least 10 feet off the bag.
Yeah, well, he had to make that throw over. He stepped off. Don't want to get called for a balk and let both runners advance. Just follow the protocol. Don't do something that will hurt yourself and the team.
The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missing inside. Ball 1. Raymond singled in his last at-bat. Got around to score. He's 2 for 4 today. Also had a double in the top of the 5th. The 1-2. Wave and a miss. Throw over to first. The tag applied, but not in time. Good heads-up play by Caffarillo, and there's one gone in the inning. Now you're in a position, Luke, with Kamari Chisholm, that a ground ball up the right side, that could end the inning.
Yeah, Chisholm can run, though, so you're going to have to be pretty quick with it. You might even see him try and lay one down here, try and stay out of the double play and use his speed to beat it out.
First pitch to Chisholm upstairs. Pump fake from Caffarillo back over to second. No harm, no foul. Ford is taking quite the lead off of second base. Knighton checks on him and delivers the 1-0. Breaking ball again. Caffarillo ready to make a throw if needed.
Come on, babe. Come on, babe.
Knighton delivers the 2-0. Inside, almost nicked Kamari Chisholm. Count moves to 3-0. Big hitters count for the 9-hole hitter out of Hood College. The 3-0 from Knighton. In the middle, just missing a little bit below, ball 4. Bases loaded for Woodstock.
Batting for Woodstock, second baseman number 8, Asher Bates.
Go, Henry. Come on, babe.
And it just feels like this is a huge pitch and a huge at-bat for Henry Knighton. Needs to get out of this, at least try and salvage this inning. Don't let things get too far out of hand.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Double play depth for the Tom Sox. The pitch, breaking ball, nicks the zone, strike 1.
That's what you got to do. Just locate the zone. Can't be giving free passes at this point in the game. Make the hitters work. Do your best at the mound to try and limit Woodstock. Keep them off the board.
9 unanswered for the River Bandits. The 0-1 misses outside. Ideally, you get the 2 outs here. If not, then you bring up that top of the order, which has been so threatening for Woodstock as of late. The 1-1 upstairs, 2-1.
Go, Henry. Come on, Henry. Good, yeah.
The 2-1 outside, ball 3.
Kai Aoki getting loose in the Charlottesville bullpen if Knighton is unable to get out of this inning.
Aoki was in left field yesterday when the Sox traveled to Culpeper. So another position player may grace the mound. The 3-1 pitch skied foul. Full count. Full count for Knighton. Big pitch coming up. Trying to retire Asher Bates. The pitch misses upstairs. Another run scores for Woodstock. 14-8 your new score, and that is 10 unanswered for the River Bandits.
Yeah, it's been a good showing from Woodstock today of discipline, plate ability, not everything you could ask for the River Bandits. They've just taken what Charlottesville has handed them.
And with that, they've scored 5 touchdowns in their last 2 games, Luke.
That's pretty impressive. This is an offense that's been certainly performing up to par at the beginning of the season. Tough loss in their season opener against Newmarket, but 21 against Front Royal, now 14 against Charlottesville. Woodstock's bats are humming to begin the season.
Did it with 17 hits yesterday, and today a little bit of a different tune, more just working long at bats and getting walks. As the meeting is over on the mound, Knighton stays out there with 1 out and the bases loaded.
Come on, babe.
Brings up lefty Bryant Green, shortstop for the River Bandits. So look to tack on some more runs. 14-8 your score. The pitch upstairs and away, ball one. He was going towards the strikes. He was putting him in the zone in the beginning of the last couple at bats, but it seems like he's gone away from it, Luke.
That's tough. It's tough, especially in this spot when things just kind of keep mounting and mounting. It's tough to hold the zone.
There's a
Pitch
strike,
right there.
Yeah. Swing and miss from Green. Fastball from Henry Knighton induced that swing and miss. The 1-1 pitch from Knighton. Popped up into the air, charging onto it is left fielder Lansness. Tag applied, but then held off as the throw home comes to Knighton. So a productive out from Knighton, and now you're 1 out away, and you limited the tag up.
Yeah, that was a good throw by Lansness. Good pitch from Knighton to get the out. Got to execute here. 6 runs isn't out of the question. Charlottesville's done it before. They had a 7-run inning back in the 4th. They can score in stretches. Just have to give your guys a chance.
Adriel Delgado trying to get some more runs on the board. 2 outs. The pitch just misses outside. An unforgiving strike zone today. But sometimes that is just how it is. Knighton unable to locate. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 to Delgado misses inside. 2-0. Last time Delgado was up, he grounded into a double play. It was a nice play from Chase Jackson. The 2-0 pitch. Delgado rips it, and Cardone misses the glove. 1 run scores, another comes home, and it's 16-8 in Charlottesville. Chisholm and Howell both score. And Woodstock has doubled up Charlottesville at home.
Yeah, it's a tough play for Cardone to make. Well hit grounder. Got his glove to it, just couldn't keep it in the glove, especially on the slide. That's very, very challenging for a guy that's not a traditional middle infielder. That'll probably end Henry Knighton's night.
Yeah, looks like a new man on the mound. More than likely Kai Aoki coming in relief with 1 out remaining in the inning. We'll step aside and give you some more info on the new pitcher when we come back on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players.
Kai Aoki coming in to pitch for the Sox out of Colby College. First pitch is a ball. Facing off against Giovanni Hernandez. Knighton able to get 2 outs in the top of the 9th, but 4 runs let up. The 1-0 hits Hernandez, and he'll take his base. Bases are loaded. This is one of the more uncharacteristic scorelines I think I've seen, Luke. Especially, the scoreline itself isn't super rare, but when you look back at the fact that the Sox were up 7-0, and now they're down by 8, that just doesn't normally happen.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, especially when you've been depleted as the Sox have been. When you go to some younger guys on the mound that haven't pitched really in their careers, it is tough. But this team will not go down without a fight. We saw it last night in Culpeper, where you knew they had Luke Craddock on the mound, hadn't really pitched that much, but they still battled and sent it to extra innings.
2-0 count for Aoki. You're exactly right, Luke. This team, no matter the deficit, they'll battle. And they still have a chance at the bats. The game is not over in any circumstance. The 2-0 pitch, called strike. Aoki delivering and fouled back by Logan Duffy. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aoki 1 strike away from getting out of the inning and giving the Sox a chance to crawl back into it. The 2-2 misses inside. Full count coming up for Aoki. Bases loaded for Woodstock. Popped up into the air. Charging onto it is Jackson, and he makes the grab. Inning over, and the Sox will have 3 more outs to try and make up an 8-run deficit on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Welcome back to CHO Airport Field. Tom Sox trail the River Bandits 16-8 as we head into the final frame of the afternoon, barring anything abnormal. It's been quite a day for the Tom Sox, peaks and valleys, as I would call it. They started out up 7-0 after 4, and now Woodstock has gone on, I guess you could call it a 16-1 run. Basically, they've scored the last 12 runs of the contest, as well as Luke Craddock steps into the righty's batter's box. Nothing is impossible, Luke. They could come back, but even if they don't, you want to see some fight, something that would carry over into the next week.
Might have a delay here as Woodstock catcher Dylan Howell's getting his finger checked out. Maybe nicked it up on the throw.
You see a new catcher coming in, maybe a last-minute substitution. Not entirely sure. And now it looks like he's going to be sent back to the dugout. Thought he could get himself into the game, but looks like it'll still be Dylan Howell behind the plate.
That's a shame, too. You take all that time to put the gear on and have to go back and take it off if Howell stays in. That's not fun. Putting catcher's gear on is arduous, I wouldn't say strenuous, I would just say tedious process, because you miss one clip and you have to go get reclipped again. It's not fun.
There's a lot of clips. On the chest, the back, the legs. There's even a lot going on with the helmet and the face mask, too.
Well, it depends if you go the two-piece face mask or the one-piece face mask. They have the new helmets, the new catching helmets that are a lot easier. Howell obviously has the two-piece with the traditional batting helmet. So it really just depends on the person.
Well, Howell retreats back to his spot, and we're ready to resume play. Bottom of the ninth, Tom Sox looking to create a rally, and it will start with Luke Craddock out of East Carolina. First pitch, he swings and misses. Clybourne still in the contest for the River Bandits. He's pitched really well since coming in. The 0-1, swing and a miss from Craddock. Clybourne comes set and delivers the 0-2. Broken bat into the glove of Clybourne, and that's one gone in the home half of the ninth.
That's a good pitch by Clybourne to run that in the hands, get some firewood to begin this season. Tough one for Craddock there, put bat on ball, not the desired result.
Up next, Grayson McCollum with one gone in the bottom of the ninth. Tom Sox trail by 8. First pitch to McCollum. Inside, ball 1. The 1-0 from Clybourne. Chopped into right center field, and that's a base hit. McCollum rounding first, heading to second, trying to get a stand-up double, and he will. Good fight from Grayson McCollum. You'd love to see that out of your guys, no matter the deficit, still playing hard. As a pinch hitter comes in for Lucas Ream, Christian Dewey taking his spot at DH.
Like we said, Landon, this team's going to fight no matter what they've faced today. They're going to fight to their last out, and that's not really surprising to see. McCollum hustling out on the double after all. Should have had a double his last at-bat if it weren't for the miscue with he and Craddock on the base paths.
Dewey gets set to come bat for the Sox. Dewey out of George Washington in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Steps into a one-out situation. First pitch just misses low and away. Clybourne gets his signal. Righty on lefty action. The pitch. Dewey fouls it up towards the dugout as Howell screams that it's out of play, and it's good comms.
That one was well out of play. I mean, that one was over, or the tent area was set up earlier on in the ball game. No chance, unless you hop the fence and sprinted about a 50-meter dash, you even get that baseball.
Not sure many pros could even do that. That's a lot going on in just a few seconds. The 1-1. Catches that inside edge. 1-2. Clybourne trying to get to 1 out away from the River Bandits' second win on the season. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Dewey fouls it backwards and stays alive.
Can I get 4 baseballs, please? 1, 2.
Dewey has not registered a hit this season. Now would be the time to do so. The 1-2. Lines it over to the first baseman, throw over to Clybourne, and he didn't make it. Or did he? Yes, he did. Second out of the 9th. And now the Sox are down to their final out. Craddock, or McCollum rather, makes his way over to third as Dom Caffarillo steps into the batter's box with a runner in scoring position. First pitch misses, ball 1. The 1-0 from Clybourne into the dirt. Runner comes home, and it's a run for the Tom Sox. They end a streak of 12 runs unanswered from Woodstock and get themselves back on the scoreboard. 16-9, your new score. Bases cleared now for Dom Caffarillo. The pitch, Caffarillo lines it, just missing that third base line. 2 balls and a strike. Clybourne 2 strikes away from picking up the win for his side. The pitch catches that top half. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clybourne readies and fires. Swing and a miss. Caffarillo goes down, and that ends the contest. Woodstock defeats the Tom Sox 16-9 after being down by 7 runs halfway through this one, Luke.
Yeah, and they stayed patient, stayed true to their approach. They didn't have to feed into any freebies or any of the lulls where the Sox pitchers couldn't find the zone. And they get rewarded for it. They did their job, stayed true to their offensive identity, and that's why they put up, in the last 2 games, a combined 37 runs. They are a very potent and good hitting team. They've proved that early on in the season. Charlottesville is going to take the few days off and really regroup. They'll get some reinforcements, and they'll be ready to go. This Tom Sox team traditionally has had some slower starts to begin the campaign, but once they get their players who are out competing in regional tournaments right now, they're going to be back to where I think they should be. And I think certainly for Charlottesville, it isn't the end of the world right now to come into their first off days 0-3.
Still 33 games to play for both squads as Woodstock moves to 2-1 on the season. Charlottesville drops to 0-3. The Tom Sox back in action on Wednesday as they travel to Purcellville, but then they're back home for a Thursday and a Friday against Waynesboro and Harrisonburg, respectively. We hope to see you guys out there. Thank you all for watching. Landon Weaver, Luke Stefanisco on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network. Your final score, Woodstock 16, Charlottesville 9.